At the beginning of the story, some men were running. When they arrived at their destination, they see a person wrapped around some clothing and sitting close to a bonfire. The man who seems to be their leader brings out a knife and throws it at the person. To the leader's surprise, there was no one in the cloth. When he turns around, he sees a young boy looking at him. This boy is the target of the man and his team. The boy was shocked that they tried to ambush him. He said that since they tried to ambush him, he has a reason to kill them. The boy picks up his arrow and broke a tree branch. The man and his team laughed at the boy. They asked him what he was going to use the branch to do. As they continued laughing, one of the man's teammates got his head destroyed by the branch. The man couldn't believe what he just saw. One of his teammates shouts that the boy is using this. Immediately he says this. The boy shot him down. The leader could only look in fear. Before he knew it, all his teammates were dead. When it was his turn to die, he begged the boy to spare him. The boy told him that if he has the intention to kill, then he should be prepared to die too. The boy used his tree branch to blow the man's head away. After killing them, the boy packed up his clothes and put out the bonfire. As he was about to leave, the boy said that compared to what Darion said, the human world is boring to him. After the boy left, we are taken to a meeting. The meeting was held by high-ranking priests of a church. In the meeting, the priests said that the forest of roots still has traces of demonic energy, but the barriers they set will stop it from spreading out. The problem they had was that they could not use the huge amount of land the forest possessed. While they were discussing, a man who seems to be their leader said that if the forest is filled with demonic energy that no one can survive, why don't they just send people who need to die there? The priests were shocked to hear this. The leader said that since they are certain troublesome people they can't handle, won't it be easy for them to banish those people to the forest? When the priests heard this, they immediately accepted the idea. In the next scene, we see a knight holding a woman. He tells her that the seed of darkness has sprouted in her baby. The baby is given to a bunch of priests. The priests prayed on him and he began to glow. The mother called the baby's name, which was Helmut. The Forest of Roots was a place that no genius scholar, brave commander, or incredible mage can survive. Every criminal that entered this place has dropped dead. If anyone by chance makes it out of the forest, their sins will be forgiven. Helmut woke up in the forest and began to cry. The forest was filled with demonic energy. The coldness and hunger was too much for him to bear, but the boy was able to overcome it thanks to the seed he had inside him. The seed provided an energy that protected him. 10 days passed and the boy still pushed through. A leopard approached him. The leopard picked him up and left. 10 years later, we see Helmut chasing after a rabbit. He successfully held the rabbit down. He tells the leopard called Elaga to look at what he achieved. Elaga approached Helmut and killed the rabbit. She asked Helmut if he has gotten used to hunting. Helmut says he can only hunt rabbits for now. After killing the rabbit, Elaga brought out an odd-looking object out of it. She told Helmut that the object is called a core and all demonic beasts have them. She said that if one eats a core, it will recharge their core and increase their lifespan. Helmut was going to collect it from her, but she kicks him away with her tail. Helmut started crying. He said that he is the one that is supposed to eat the core because he hunted the rabbit. Elaga told him that he can't eat it because he is not a demonic beast, and if he should eat it, he will become a demonic beast, and if that happens he will have to live in the forest forever. Helmut says that it doesn't matter if he eats the core because there is no way he is getting out of the forest. Elaga tells him that there is a way out of the forest. Helmut was shocked to hear this. He asked Elaga how this was possible because she said it was impossible to do. Elaga said that she didn't think it was possible, but someone told her that it is possible. Helmut asked her who told her. Elaga said that a human she met before. Helmut was shocked to hear this. Elaga told him that he shouldn't bother to find the human because he is probably already dead. Helmut asked her if she saw him die with her own eyes. Elaga said that the human was a very strong person in the past, but he has grown old. She said that no matter how strong a human is, they will grow weaker because they can't endure the demonic energy in the forest. The reason Helmut can't feel it is because he has a seed of darkness. Elaga said that the last time she met the human he was already old, and if he is still alive then he would be 90 years old. Helmut asked her where she met the human. She tries to hit Helmut with a stick when he asked this question. She said that Helmut already wants to leave her after she raised and fed him. She told him that the man might not be there when gets there. Helmut said he will come back if he doesn't meet anyone. Elaga was angry to hear this. She told Helmut that the place is east from their location. She told him to do whatever he wants. Immediately Helmut heard the location. He began to run. Elaga was shocked that he actually left. She said that she doesn't care if he dies. Helmut was happy to hear that there was another human in this forest apart from him. When Helmut arrived there, he saw a fence made out of woods. He jumped over the fence and saw a house. When he landed, the house made him believe that a human lives there, since it is only them that can make such a construction. While looking around, Helmut gets his face pinned to the ground by a man. The man asked Helmut who he was and who sent him. Helmut said that Elaga sent him here and she was the one who told him that a human stays here. The man recognized Elaga's name. He released Helmut and asked what he wants. The man told Helmut that if he came to see another human then he should just leave. Helmut said that the reason he came here is because he wants to leave this forest. The man introduced himself as Darion. He asked Helmut if he really wants to escape. Helmut replied that Elaga told him that he knows a way out of the forest. Darion asked him why he wants to leave. He says that the outside world is not as peaceful or beautiful as Helmut thinks. Helmut asked Darion how the outside world is. Darion said that in the outside world people don't have claws or fangs. They have weak bodies, but they are very cunning and cruel in exchange. They also tend to join forces and betray each other when needed. Darion asked Helmut if he was born in the forest. Helmut said that he was sent here as a baby. Darion immediately understood that Helmut has a seed of darkness. Darion told Helmut that the fact that he wasn't killed when people found out he had a seed of darkness means that he was born into a powerful family and is a noble. Helmut didn't know what a noble was. He told Helmut that the reason he was left in the forest was because of his seed of darkness. He said that as long as the seed is in Helmut's body he will be chased and hunted down after he gets out of the forest. Darion asked Helmut if he still wants to leave the forest. Helmut says he does. When Darion heard this he picks up Helmut. Helmut asked him what he was doing. Darion tells him that if he wants to live in the human world, he has to first become one. He said that he will turn Helmut into a human. Helmut asked Darion what he has to do to get out of the forest. Darion said that he has to get through the forest barrier. He told Helmut that it is impossible with his current strength and he should forget about it for now. He said that after Helmut becomes stronger, he will introduce him to the person that will help him get out. Helmut asked him how he could get stronger. Darion told him to just follow his command and he will get stronger. At Darion's house, he gives Helmut a broom to sweep the ground. Helmut says that he doesn't want to. Darion said that all humans do it, so Helmut must do it. Helmut asked Darion how he could live in a house that is so dirty. Darion asked him if he wants to continue to live the forest. When Helmut heard this, he reluctantly began to sweep. When Helmut was done sweeping, Darion shows him his bed. Helmut was so happy that he got a bed. He asked Darion if he could sleep immediately. Darion told him that they had a lot to do. He gave Helmut some clothes to wear. He warned him not to damage them because he made it out of his own clothes and he doesn't have plenty to spare. Darion takes Helmut outside to harvest some plants. He told Helmut that he is going to teach him what to eat and how to make things edible. Darion takes out a plant from his bag. He tells Helmut that all the organisms in this forest have cores, and even if one takes out their cores, the organisms still have demonic energy in them. The only way to completely purify the demonic energy is by getting it cleansed in water. After cleansing it, he gave Helmut to eat. Helmut was shocked that it was actually edible. After showing this to Helmut, Darion decided to return home. The next day, Helmut was angry that Darion sent him to fetch water by using the excuse that he needs to act like a human. While Helmut was thinking about his situation, something was looking at him at his back. The thing attacked him and it turns out to be Elaga. She asked Helmut what he was doing. Helmut said that Darion asked him to fetch water. Elaga was shocked to hear this because Helmut never listened to her. Helmut said that he is doing it because Darion promised to make him stronger. Elaga asked him what he wants to do when he becomes stronger. Helmut said that he is going to leave the forest because he is not a demonic beast. Elaga asked Helmut if he expects something good to happen to him when he gets to the human world. Helmut said that he doesn't know what will happen, but he is sure that nothing will happen to him if he stays in this forest. After fetching the water, Helmut left Elaga. As Helmut was leaving, Elaga couldn't help but feel sad. At Darion's house, Helmut is practicing a difficult stance while Darion pours the water he fetched on him. Helmut begged Darion to stop the training. Darion asked Helmut if he wants to leave the forest. When Helmut heard this, he continued the stance. Darion was surprised that Helmut was lasting longer than he expected. He says that apart from the seed of darkness, Helmut was born with talent. At sunset, Helmut finally gave up. Darion picked him up and cooked some food. Helmut wasn't excited to eat the food until he tasted it. He rushed to finish the food. He couldn't believe how delicious the soup was. While they were eating, Darion stands up. He tells Helmut that he should listen to him while he eats. He said that Helmut wants to get stronger to leave the forest, but he is not a demonic beast. He is just a weak human with limits. Because of this, he has decided to teach Helmut how to use a sword. Darion picked up a wooden sword and told Helmut to watch carefully. He gently moved the sword in a beautiful pattern before he swung it with so much force that Helmut thought that he saw the sword produce lightning. Darion used the wooden sword to smash a boulder into pieces. Helmut was so shocked to see this. He couldn't believe what he had just witnessed. Helmut asked Darion about the lightning he saw. Darion told him that the energy he saw is called vis, an invisible source of power that only humans can use. He said that the seed of darkness in Helmut's body is also another source of power like vis. Helmut was very happy to see this power. He told Darion that he wanted to learn how to use it. Darion smacked Helmut's head and told him that his body is not yet prepared to use vis. He needed to get a proper understanding of a sword first. Darion told him that the way of the sword is hard and it can cause a lot of pain, but if he should stick to training, he will definitely become strong. Helmut accepted Darion's offer without a second thought. While training, Darion told Helmut to improve his forms. Helmut shouted at Darion and told him he was doing it correctly. Darion told him to watch his tone and address him respectfully. Helmut immediately changed his tone. He asked Darion what problem was. Darion told Helmut to think of the problem himself. Helmut said he didn't know the problem at all. Darion was upset to hear this. He asked Helmut if he has to explain everything to him. Helmut was angry to hear this. He said Darion must explain to him because he doesn't understand anything. Darion found Helmut to be a strange kid because Helmut had no appreciation for learning, yet he learnt most things very fast. Darion found Helmut strange because the seed of darkness which is in his body usually makes people violent and crazy, but Helmut is a rational kid who is more logical than most adults, and he is quite tenacious and doesn't give up easily. Darion believed that there was something different about Helmut. He decided to offer Helmut training advice. He attacked Helmut on his hand twice. He then asked Helmut if he understood the problem with his form now. Helmut said he didn't understand a thing. Darion told him that if he doesn't do his best to understand the problem, there will be no dinner for him. Helmut was terrified to hear this. He begged Darion to wait while he thought of his issue. When Helmut thought about it, he realized that the amount of pain he experienced when he was hit were different. He found out that Darion hit him in different places and at different speeds. This was odd to Helmut because Darion used the same movement to hit him, yet the pain was different. Darion told him that his problem was that he was imitating the form, and that isn't enough. He said that Helmut needs to know the difference in his muscles, the tremors in his fingertips, the speed, the flow, and the movement that follows, and more importantly, he needs to understand the sword and his mind. Darion told him that only when he has these things under his control will he truly have learnt something. He said that Helmut must devote his heart and soul to each movement he makes in order to truly understand the sword. He told him that all he is doing right now is meaninglessly swinging his arms, and this does not make him a swordsman. He is simply a woodcutter. After hearing what Darion said, Helmut continued to practice. After he was done, Helmut went to the river. There he met Elaga. Elaga was shocked to see that Helmut had built up muscles from training. When Helmut sat on the ground, he asked Elaga why Darion said he was indebted to her. Elaga said that she gave Darion special permission to live in her forest. Helmut was shocked to hear this. He asked Elaga why she allowed Darion to live in the forest because she doesn't like anyone living close to her. He asked Elaga if she didn't want to fight Darion. Elaga was angry to hear this. She told Helmut that she is the owner of the central area of this forest and she will fight anyone who challenges her. Immediately after she says this, she told Helmut that the reason she didn't want to fight Darion was because she was being cautious. She didn't want to be tired from the fight and killed by a snake. Helmut realized that the snake Elaga was referring to was Naho, a two-headed snake in the southern region of the forest. Helmut asked her that if she was to fight Darion without any interruptions, would she win? Elaga thought about it and said that she is not sure. This is because demonic beasts like them usually expose their demonic energy so they can instinctively tell if they will win, but it is different with humans because they can hide their energy. Helmut was shocked to hear that Elaga couldn't win. Elaga corrected Helmut and told him that she simply isn't certain, and the reason she allowed Darion to live in her part of the forest is because Naho hates Darion. Helmut asked Elaga why Naho hates Darion. Elaga told Helmut that Darion destroyed a disgusting area that Naho built up. Helmut was curious about the disgusting area. Elaga decided to carry him on her back and show him. She took Helmut to a farm, but it was an unusual farm because it was a place where humans are being reared. Helmut was very shocked to see a farm where humans were being reared. In the farm, one of the men carrying a heavy load accidentally dropped it on the ground, and for this, the man was beaten. Helmut didn't understand why the man was beaten. He asked Elaga what the man did wrong. Elaga said that the man was not working properly and for this he had to be punished. Helmut was surprised to hear this. He sees some girls in the farm and Elaga why they look different from him. Elaga told him that those girls are human females and he is a male. She said that Naho prefers the meat of women because they are tender and for that he makes men work while he feeds on the women. Among the humans in the farm, Elaga points to a bald man and calls him the leader of the humans. This man called Erugo saw the man that was being beaten for his mistake and told the men to forget about the man and prepare the sacrifices for Naho. He looks at one of the girls and removes her from the group of sacrifices. He tells her that he will let her live longer if she satisfies him. Helmut was shocked that such a man was the leader of the humans. Elaga told him that she doesn't know how the man does it, but he is able to find humans that have entered into the forest, and if he had found Helmut, he would have also become a slave. Helmut asked Elaga why she saved him and why she doesn't treat him like a slave. Elaga said that she saved Helmut so that Naho's human livestock won't increase. Helmut smiled because he knew that Elaga was lying. After their conversation, Elaga decided to return back home. When she turned around, she sensed some demonic energy. Suddenly, out of nowhere, Naho attacked her. She stood her ground and pushed Naho back. Naho stood up and Helmut was scared because of the demonic energy he felt. Naho asked Elaga if she was raising Helmut. He told her to eat Helmut while he is still young because that is when males are delicious, and if she does not eat him she can give Helmut to him. Elaga said that he only eats females so Helmut won't taste good. Naho said that he actually does not want to eat Helmut at all, but he had one issue with Helmut and that was his smell. When Naho got Helmut's scent he asked him how he knew Darion. Elaga immediately pushed Naho away. Naho told her to calm down and that he was just angry because of what Darion did to his farm some years ago. Elaga told him that Helmut does not know Darion and he only took Darion's clothes to wear. Naho told Helmut that he is lucky because if he knew Darion, he would have killed him. When Elaga heard this she released a lot of energy and told Naho that if he tries anything she will rip him into shreds. Naho got scared and told Elaga that there was no need for such action. He told Elaga that he has no interest in fighting her. He told her to leave his territory and never come back. After saying this he left. When he left, Helmut fainted from the fear he experienced. When he regained consciousness, Elaga told him not to set foot in Naho's territory and he should stay near Darion. When Helmut heard this, he was sad. He asked Elaga if he could become as strong as she and Darion. Elaga told him that Darion is strong. She said that she doesn't know how strong he is, but she knows that he is at a level most humans cannot get to even if they struggled their whole lives. She told Helmut that if he wants to get out of this forest, he has to do his best to become stronger. After saying this, she decided to leave because she could feel Darion approaching them. When Darion met Helmut, he told him to follow him home. Helmut was happy to see Darion. He was very happy to know that he had two people to watch over him. In the next scene, we see Helmut crying in pain. In that moment, he remembered the conversation he had with Darion. Darion gave him some herbs to eat every night before he went to bed. Helmut asked him what kind of herbs they were and Darion told him that they are poisonous herbs. Helmut was angry to hear this. He was about to shout at Darion, but Darion quickly hit him with his vis. He told Helmut that the herbs are meant to suppress his seed of darkness. Helmut ate poisonous herbs every night before he slept, but he did not know it would cause him extreme pain. He couldn't do anything but scream in pain. In the next scene we see Helmut training with a wooden sword. While he was training, Darion approached him. He was surprised that Helmut was enjoying sword training. Helmut said that his vision has become better and his body has become much lighter. He asked Darion if it was thanks to the poisonous herbs that he experienced such changes. Darion told him that it could be thanks to the demonic environment. He asked Helmut if he could no longer feel the pain from the poison. Helmut said that he doesn't feel anything and his body usually feels refreshed in the morning. When Darion heard this, he realized that it had been a few months since Helmut began to consume the herbs. He asked Helmut if he could remember the energy he called vis. He told Helmut that if one's body is not on the basic level, one cannot learn how to use vis, and that was why he didn't teach Helmut how to use it, because his body was not yet on that level, but now Helmut was in the right level. Upon seeing this, Darion has decided to teach Helmut how to use vis. Darion picked up his wooden sword and covered it in vis. When Darion did this, Helmut felt an unknown pressure. Darion told Helmut to melt the energy in the atmosphere into his body. He should control it freely and he should use his sword to incarnate the energy. After saying this, Darion told Helmut to pick up his sword. He told Helmut that he should keep breathing deeply while he is fighting him. Helmut has to do this in order to absorb the energy. After saying this, Darion attacked Helmut with vis. He told Helmut to be careful of the flow of the energy because if he does not handle it well, his body will break. After Helmut managed to block the attack, Darion closed the gap between them and attacked Helmut. Helmut managed to dodge the attack. He asked Darion if he was actually trying to kill him. After saying this, Helmut did his best to breathe steadily. When he regained his composure, he rushed to attack Darion. Darion easily brushes the attacks. He told Helmut to feel the energy around him and control it. Helmut tried to feel it, but he was pushed back. Darion told him not to worry because no one can get it perfectly on their first try, so he and Helmut have to continue fighting like this every day in order for Helmut to achieve it. As time passed, Helmut continued to train hard every day. Slowly he was able to feel the energy in his body and eventually he was able to control this. 4 years later, we see Helmut cutting down the trees in the forest with his wooden sword. When he was done with his training, Darion came to meet him. He told Helmut that he has gotten a bit better at using vis. Helmut asked Darion to duel with him so he can improve. Darion told him to first show him his vis. When Helmut brought out his vis, Darion was surprised. He couldn't believe that Helmut would be able to manifest vis at such a young age. He knew Helmut had the seed of darkness, but he was very sure that Helmut was quite talented. He was sure that Helmut would change the world, but he wasn't certain if it would be a good or evil change. After seeing his vis, Darion realized that it was time to let Helmut go to the outside world.
Darion told Helmut that it is time for him to leave. Helmut was shocked to hear this. He told Darion that he is not yet strong enough to go outside. Darion told Helmut that he will not be able to pass through the divine barrier if his seed of darkness continues to grow. He asked Helmut to listen to him carefully. He told Helmut that the human world is on the south side of the Forest of Roots. He told Helmut that he has to pass through the divine barrier to reach the human world. He revealed to Helmut that there is a weak spot in the divine barrier which may allow him to pass and enter the human world. He told Helmut that he will be able to pass through if he can withstand the weakened barrier. Helmut asked Darion for the location of the barrier. Darion told Helmut that he does not know where the weakened barrier is. He told Helmut that he was never interested in finding it. He told Helmut that Erugo, who leads the human farm, is the only person who knows the location of the weakened barrier. Helmut was shocked to hear this. He remembered how scary and powerful Naho was. He was surprised to hear that Erugo knew the location of the weakened barrier. Darion told Helmut that he will experience countless things once he steps into the human world. He knew that Helmut would see these things as exciting and outstanding. He told Helmut that tragedy can strike any time. He told Helmut that he cannot stop tragedy by having his guard up, and he cannot avoid it. He told Helmut that in his time of pain, he will experience frustration and despair, and he may even want to reach out to the darkness within him. Darion placed his hand on Helmut's shoulder and begged him to not lose himself any time he feels lost. After saying this to Helmut, Darion asked Helmut if he has any questions for him. Upon seeing how Darion was speaking, Helmut asked Darion if he has no intentions of leaving the forest. Darion coughed and told Helmut that he has no interest at all. After saying this, he told Helmut that he wants to take a nap. He told Helmut that he has something for him. He asked Helmut to visit him in the morning. He turned around and told Helmut that he wants to spend some time alone. Helmut did not know what was wrong with Darion, but he could sense that something was wrong with his master. At night, we see Helmut sitting by the riverside. Elaga comes to greet him. She noticed that Helmut was not happy despite getting close to his lifelong dream. Helmut told Elaga that he can finally leave the forest, but he is feeling complicated. He asked Elaga about why he is feeling so weird. Elaga was surprised to hear this. She told Helmut that the feelings he has is proof that he is slowly becoming human. The next morning, Helmut and Elaga went to visit Darion's cabin. When Helmut opened the door, he sees Darion sitting in a lotus position with a sword and bag in front of him. Helmut noticed that Darion's eyes were closed. He was terrified to see this. He called out for Darion, but Darion did not respond. Helmut already had a feeling that Darion was dying. After seeing Darion's body, Helmut realized that it is time for him to leave the forest. He picked up the bag and sword which Darion left for him. He looked at Darion's body and told Darion that he will always remember him. Helmut was completely heartbroken that his master, who was like a father to him, had passed away. He put himself together and stepped out of the cabin. Elaga was not surprised to see that Darion had passed away. Helmut asked her if she already knew about it. Elaga told him that Darion already told her that he was dying. Elaga noticed the sad expression on Helmut's face. She told Helmut to not be sad. She told him that Darion lived and died as his lifespan dictated. She asked Helmut to not feel guilty about Darion's death. Elaga decided to give Helmut a package to cheer him up. She told him that the package came with him when he entered the forest. When Helmut untied the cloth, he saw a gold necklace inside. Elaga told Helmut that the necklace is made of raw gold, which is a rare metal. She told Helmut that he must be a child of a noble family. When Helmut opened the necklace, he saw a message inside. The message was written by Margaret Freen. In the message, Margaret prayed that there will be light in Helmut's path. Elaga asked Helmut if Margaret is the leader of his family. Helmut told Elaga that Margaret is probably his mother. Elaga told Helmut to find Margaret once he arrives in the human world. Elaga told Helmut that Naho is in hibernation, so he won't sense it if he enters his territory. The only way for him to wake up is if there is a huge commotion. Elaga told Helmut that she cannot enter Naho's territory because he will sense her. Helmut told her not to worry about it. He told her that he can handle it by himself. He picked up his bag and began to walk. As he walked forward, he told Elaga to live long. Elaga smiled when she heard this. She asked Helmut to take care of himself. The scene shifts and we see Erugo moving around the farm. He steps into a room and used his magic to lit a candle. The moment he lit the candle, Helmut came out of hiding and put a sword to Erugo's neck. Black magic is an evil power that can make a weak mage strong. Among numerous mage, there are people who cross the boundaries that they are not meant to in order to get strong magic and power. Erugo was a mage that was always envious and jealous of others. He dreamt of becoming the strongest mage, but he chose the path of black magic because he felt that he was not talented enough. In order for Erugo to accomplish his goals, the dark emotions of humans were needed. Erugo got this emotions via activities like human trafficking and kidnapping. The suffering and fears that came out of his materials made Erugo more evil and powerful. However, because of a certain mage's pursuit, Erugo's atrocities were exposed to the world. Erugo was captured and sentenced to death or exile. Because Erugo did not want to be executed immediately, he chose to be exiled to the Forest of Roots. Eventually he met Naho in the forest. Elaga got Naho's permission to stay within his territory in return for sacrifices. Elaga used his magic to gather all the humans in the forest. After that, the humans submitted themselves to Naho so that they would not die immediately. That was how the human farm was created. Elaga became the king of the farm while the other humans were treated as mere livestock. Naho never interfered in Elaga's work as long as he got his sacrifices. Due to this, Elaga became ambitious again. The only time Elaga was ever worried was winter season because the surrounding demonic beasts attack the farm anytime Naho goes into hibernation. Despite his challenges, Elaga really enjoyed his new life. The scene shifts and we are taken back to Elaga and Helmut. Elaga asked Helmut about what he wants. Helmut asked him to give him the method to leave the forest. Elaga was surprised to hear this. He called Helmut a nasty brat. He asked Helmut if he is Darion's disciple. Helmut did not answer him. He asked Elaga to tell him the way out of the forest. Elaga did not see a reason to fulfill Helmut's wish. Helmut moved his sword closer to Elaga's neck and gave Elaga a small cut. Helmut told Elaga to answer him if he does not want to die. Elaga told Helmut that Naho will wake up if he dies and he will kill Helmut. Elaga asked Helmut if he can take on Naho. Helmut told him that it does not matter. He told Elaga that nobody will be able to revive him if he dies. Elaga was shocked to hear this. He told Helmut to not be reckless. He told Helmut that he's the only one who knows how to get out of the forest. Helmut told Elaga to stop lying. Darion had told Helmut that mages like to record what they do. Helmut knew that he could find the book he wants if he simply looks around. He told Elaga that he only asked him to make the work easier. Elaga was shocked to hear this. He realized that Helmut was not joking around. He accepted Helmut's wish. The scene shifts and we see Helmut and Elaga going down a stairs. Elaga asked Helmut for his name. Helmut told him to mind his own business. Elaga told Helmut that the method he wants to use has never been done before and it is only possible in theory. Elaga told Helmut that this method might be good for someone as powerful as Darion, due to the fact that Helmut was alone. Elaga deduced that Darion wants to stay in the forest. He asked Helmut about what Darion is doing. Helmut did not answer him. Thanks to the fact that Helmut did not respond to him, he realized that Darion is dead. Elaga brought out the book which contained the method. Helmut asked him to hand over the book to him. Elaga offered Helmut the position of his successor. Helmut believed that Elaga was saying nonsense, with a smile on his face. Elaga told Helmut that everyone in the farm is weak. He believed that Helmut was worthy of the position because he is Darion's disciple. Helmut put his sword on Elaga's neck and asked him to stop saying nonsense. Helmut told Elaga that he will make it out of the forest. Elaga told Helmut that he found the book in a mage's hideout before he settled down in the forest. The mage talked about how one could use stealth magic to escape. Unfortunately for the mage, he was not able to escape from the forest. According to the book, there is a huge waterfall at the southern end of the forest. The water and the demonic energy weakened the divine energy of the place. Elaga told Helmut that he will be able to pass the weakened barrier. He told Helmut that while the divine energy is weakened, it is still a very powerful magic that will crush anyone that has the seed of darkness. Upon hearing what Elaga said, Helmut put his sword back and told Elaga that he will spare his life. Helmut did not like Elaga at all. He wanted to kill Elaga, but he remembered what Darion told him. Darion told Helmut to value all life. He told Helmut that he only survived thanks to Elaga's kindness. Helmut punched Elaga in the stomach and knocked him out. After tying Elaga up, Helmut woke him by pressing his pressure points. Helmut told him to not do anything. He assured Elaga that he will be released later. Elaga noticed that he could not activate his magic. He called Helmut an arrogant bastard and asked him if he really believes that he will make it out of the forest. With a smile on his face, Helmut told him that he will make it out of the forest. After Helmut left, Elaga forcefully activated his magic. He said that he will crush Helmut's confidence into tiny bits. He activated his magic and screamed Naho's name. The ground began to tremble and Naho came out of it. Naho asked Elaga if he summoned him for no reason. Elaga told Naho that Darion has died. He told Naho that Darion's disciple is in his territory. Naho was extremely happy to hear this. He believed that he was given an opportunity to get rid of everything he hates. He passed through the wall and began to chase after Helmut. Elaga was happy to see Naho going after Helmut. With a crazy smile on his face, Elaga said that Helmut will pay for treating him so badly. The scene shifts and we see Helmut running in the forest. While running, Helmut wonders if he should have just killed Elaga. Helmut noticed that the beasts of the forest were running next to him without taking a glance at him. Helmut realized that the demonic beasts were afraid of something. Helmut felt a horrifying presence approaching him. He realized that he needs to run faster. After running for a while, Helmut stops to see how far he had gotten. Helmut was still in Naho's territory, but he believed that he had gotten far away from the farm. When Helmut looked up, he noticed that everywhere was engulfed by demonic energy. While checking his surroundings, Helmut feels something terrifying in the air. Helmut quickly placed his hand on his sword and took a stance. Before Helmut could make a move, Naho appeared in front of him. Naho welcomed Helmut to his territory. He told Helmut that he always knew that he would return to his territory. He told Helmut that he cannot just let him leave. Helmut told him that he will leave after he kills him. Naho laughed when he heard this. He was surprised to see that Helmut was more confident than before. He told Helmut that he cannot defeat him. He told Helmut that he should not resist him. Immediately he said this, he rushed to attack Helmut with his head. The attack created a large explosion. Helmut was able to dodge the attack, but he could not see Naho because everywhere was covered in dust, while the dust was in the air. Naho commended Helmut on dodging his attack. When the dust cleared up, Naho had used his body to surround Helmut. With a horrifying look on his face, he asked Helmut to keep struggling. Helmut was overwhelmed by Naho's demonic energy. He quickly calmed himself. He told himself that he will get an opportunity to strike Naho. While Helmut was calming himself, Naho used the opportunity to amass a large amount of energy. He attacked Helmut with this energy. Helmut was able to dodge the attack. He realized that he finally had an opportunity to attack Naho. One of Naho's head tried to swallow Helmut as he got close. Helmut dodged the attack and used the head to climb Naho's body. Helmut knew that he could not cut Naho's body easily thanks to Naho's demonic energy. But he was certain that Naho would have a weak spot which this can penetrate. Helmut decided to cut Naho's eyes. Naho began to scream in pain when he felt the attack. Helmut knew that his attack was not enough to take Naho down. He knew that his attack could only stall Naho for some time. He wanted to fight Naho, but he knew that he would die if he continues to fight with the vis he has left. As Helmut was running away, we see Naho screaming at his injured head. Helmut knew that he had to get away from Naho's territory while he is distracted. Before Helmut could get away, Naho removed his own head and ate it. Helmut was horrified to see this. After eating his own head, Naho rushed to attack Helmut. Helmut tried to block the attack, but he was overwhelmed by Naho's strength. After getting pushed back by Naho, Helmut quickly hit himself. Naho was annoyed to see this. He could not find Helmut easily because he had lost his other head. He told Helmut to come out of hiding. The scene shifts and we see Helmut trying to catch his breath behind a tree. Helmut knew that Naho was strong, but he never expected that it would be so difficult for him to fight Naho. He could not believe that he was only able to cut Naho's eyes. He used his sword to pick himself up and decided to escape while Naho was still confused. Before Helmut could take a step, he feels a large amount of demonic energy coming towards him. Naho was releasing his demonic energy in order to sense the living things in the area. He smiled when he found the spot which Helmut was hiding in. He told Helmut that he cannot hide from him in the forest. He quickly rushed to attack Helmut with his head. Helmut grit his teeth and told himself that he will not die in such a place. Helmut was about to attack Naho when he saw something shocking. Elaga had come to rescue him. Naho smiled when he saw Elaga. He welcomed her to his territory. Helmut was shocked to see Elaga. Elaga roared and released a large amount of demonic energy. Helmut was surprised to see how strong Elaga was. Elaga commended Helmut on surviving. She told him to leave the rest to her. She asked Helmut to leave the area. Helmut, who was struggling to withstand the demonic energy, told Elaga that he wants to help her. Elaga reminded Helmut that he has something important that he wants to find. She told Helmut to find his freedom. Helmut was shocked to hear these words. He did not know what to say to Elaga. Elaga told Helmut to not waste her efforts. Helmut wanted to help her, but Elaga asked him to leave. Helmut was annoyed to hear this. He thanked Elaga and began to run. Now Elaga had to face Naho on her own. Naho was annoyed to see Elaga. He could not believe that she would interfere in his territory. Elaga told him that she is doing what needs to be done. Naho began to laugh when he heard this. He mocked the relationship between Elaga and Helmut. He believed that Elaga was a disgusting cat. He thanked Elaga for coming into his territory on her own. He told her that he will kill her and devour Helmut. Elaga thought that Naho was stupid for saying this. She asked Naho about how he wants to defeat her with only one head. Naho was annoyed to hear this. He rushed to attack Elaga. The scene shifts and we see Helmut killing different demonic beasts. After coming out of Naho's territory, Helmut had been running for several days while standing in a pool of blood. Helmut says that the other demonic beasts are not a problem as long as they are not as powerful as Naho. While walking in the forest, Helmut realized that he would not have survived in this place if he hadn't met Elaga and Darion. while standing next to the waterfall. Helmut tells himself that he has to get out of the forest for the sake of Elaga and Darion. The area around the waterfall was much different from Naho and Elaga's territory. Helmut could barely sense any demonic energy, and his seed of darkness was reacting. Helmut realized that his seed of darkness was reacting to the divine barrier. Fortunately for him, he used his fist to cover his seed of darkness. Otherwise, he would have a very horrible experience. While looking at his body, a feather falls on Helmut's hand. Helmut was surprised to see the feather. A giant bird flies over Helmut and lands in front of him. The bird was surprised to see a human child. The bird asked Helmut about what he wants in his territory. Helmut was shocked to see the bird. He realized that Erugo purposely told him about the waterfall because there was a demonic beast in the area. The demonic beast introduced itself as Agrel. Agrel asked Helmut for his name. Helmut also introduced himself to the giant bird. Helmut realized that he had heard about Agrel. Agrel is the ruler of the northern part of the forest. Elaga told Helmut that Agrel is a demonic beast that is very curious about things. Agrel realized that he could smell the scent of Naho on Helmut's body. He was surprised to see that Helmut also had Elaga's scent on him. He asked Helmut if he is Naho or Elaga's child, with a confident look on his face. Helmut told Agrel that he is Elaga's family. Agrel was surprised to hear this. He released his terrifying demonic energy and said that Elaga's family has intruded into his territory. Helmut told Agrel that he came on his own. He told Agrel that he has his own personal reasons. Agrel told Helmut to tell him his reasons. Helmut told Agrel that what he came to do will be meaningful for him too. Agrel was surprised to hear this. He told Helmut to explain himself. Helmut told Agrel that he has an opportunity to satisfy his curiosity. He told Agrel that he will be the first being to pass through the divine barrier. Agrel began to laugh when he heard this. He told Helmut that the seed of darkness within him makes him the same as a demonic beast. Helmut asked Agrel to give him a chance. He told Agrel that he is the only one willing to come to this part of the forest and try to get past the divine barrier. Agrel believed that what Helmut was trying to do was stupid. He also did not see a reason to let his human prey be burnt by the divine barrier. Helmut told Agrel that there is no shortage of humans that will step into the forest. He told Agrel that he is the only human that can cross the barrier. Agrel became intrigued with what Helmut said. He told Helmut that he wants to see him do what he said. He believed that Helmut is the only human stupid enough to do such a thing. Helmut told Agrel that he will be the first demonic beast to witness a human passing the divine barrier. Agrel accepted Helmut's offer when he heard this. He told Helmut that he will protect him from the other demonic beasts while he attempts to escape. He asked Helmut to tell him his final words in case anything happens to him. He told Helmut that he will share the words with Elaga. Helmut asked Agrel to tell Elaga that he made it out of the forest. Agrel was surprised to hear this. He realized that Helmut wanted him to tell Elaga this information regardless of the result. After thinking about it for a while, Agrel accepted Helmut's wish. Helmut was relieved to see this. Helmut jumped into the waterfall and began to dive. He swam to the bottom of the waterfall. Helmut used his fist to cover his body. When he arrived at the bottom of the waterfall, he saw a hole in the barrier. Helmut began to swim into the hole. He assured himself that he will survive and go beyond the forest of roots. Divinity is the power of purification that protects humans and rejects negativity. The divine barrier rejected the seed of darkness in Helmut. The power was penetrating through Helmut at a frightening speed. Helmut felt pain on a whole other level. His consciousness began to slowly fade away. Helmut was terrified to see this. He did not know if he was becoming a demonic beast. The scene shifts, and we see a group of mercenaries moving near the forest of roots. A boy in the group asked his leader called Tanya about why they are resting in such a place. Tanya told the boy called Pin that they will be able to travel further if they rest for a while. She told Pin that they will all die if they come across a demonic beast while they are tired. Pin was terrified to hear this. Tanya told Pin to fetch some water. Pin was annoyed to hear this. He believed that everywhere was already dark. Tanya was annoyed to see how Pin was behaving. She kicked him and told him to fetch some water. As Pin got closer to the river, he felt something strange. When he arrived at the river, he sees something which he believes is seaweed. When he carefully looks into the water, he realized that he was holding the hair of an unconscious Helmut. Pin was horrified to see Helmut. He quickly ran back to his group in fear. The members of the group asked him about what was going on. Pin told them that there is a dead body in the river. The members of the group began to laugh when they heard this. They thought that Pin was lying. They believed that Pin saw a stick and called it a body because he is a coward. Tanya asked Pin to show her the body. Pin pointed towards the riverside. Tanya kicked him and asked him to show her the way instead of simply pointing. Before they reached the riverside, Tanya told Pin that she will kill him if he made a mistake. When they arrived at the river, Pin showed Tanya Helmut's body. Tanya was surprised to see Helmut's body. She assumed Helmut was dead. After carefully looking at Helmut's body, she noticed that Helmut was still breathing. She asked Pin to assist her in carrying Helmut. Pin was horrified to hear this. Tanya quickly pulled Helmut out of the water. The scene shifts, and we see Helmut wake up with bandages around his body. Helmut did not know where he was, and he did not know if he had escaped the forest of roots. Tanya welcomed Helmut to her group. She told him that he is safe with them. She asked Helmut for his name. Helmut introduced himself to Tanya. She asked Helmut to tell her about himself. Helmut told her that he does not remember anything about himself. Tanya was surprised to hear this. She knew that Helmut did not have any external injuries. She asked Helmut if he hit his head while he was in the water. Tanya introduced herself to Helmut. She told him that she is a rank 3 silver medal mercenary from the Face Mercenary Corps. Helmut was surprised to see another human like him. Tanya asked Helmut if he knew where he was. Helmut told her that he does not know their current location. Tanya told Helmut that they are currently at Decay Forest. Tanya was surprised to hear that Helmut did not remember anything. She realized that Helmut memory loss is very severe. She asked Helmut if he remembers anything at all. Helmut told her that he remembers his name and how to wield a sword. Tanya was happy to hear this. She realized that Helmut simply needs to meet a doctor in order to solve his problem. She told Helmut that her group will help him until he can remember things about himself. She told Helmut that he is now her responsibility. Helmut was shocked to hear this. He thanked Tanya for her help. The next day, we see Helmut resting on a boulder. Helmut was very happy that he was able to come out of the forest. He realized that he needed to rest for some time before he can recover. He could not believe that his body was in a worse state than when he started training. He could barely even feel his vis. Helmut was surprised to see that the seed of darkness was still in his body. He knew that he could not let other humans find out that he had a seed of darkness within him. He decided to continue pretending that he had lost his memories. He brought out his necklace and said that he wants to find the owner. Helmut knew that he could not rush anything at all. He decided to take things slow. The scene shifts, and we see the members of the group commenting on Helmut's new look. One of the men believed that Helmut was a noble. He could not believe someone could look so elegant. Pin was also surprised to see Helmut's new look. He remembered how Helmut looked like a corpse when he first found him. He asked Helmut if he is the son of a wealthy man. Helmut told him that he does not know. Tanya placed her hand on Helmut's shoulder and asked him about how he is feeling. She told Helmut that he looks much better now that he has freshened up. Pin was annoyed to see this. He told Tanya that she is nice to Helmut because he is handsome. Tanya quickly punched Pin in the face. She ordered him to assist the other members of the group. Tanya told Helmut that they will arrive at a village in 4 days. She asked Helmut to bear with them for a little while. She told Helmut that she will introduce him to a doctor when they arrive at a village, with a smile on his face. Helmut thanked Tanya for helping him. Tanya pat his head and told him not to worry about it. After doing this, she ordered the rest of her men to prepare for departure. Helmut and Pin were both surprised by how Tanya treated them. The scene shifts, and we see Helmut moving with the group. Finn asked Helmut to move slowly because of his body. He told Helmut that their carriage is fast, and it will be difficult to catch up with it. Helmut told Finn that he wants to walk to loosen up his body. Helmut began to pet their group's horse. Finn asked Helmut if he likes horses. Helmut told him that he is not sure. Due to the way Helmut treated the horse, Finn realized that Helmut is not a noble, but he was certain that Helmut was not an ordinary person. Helmut, who was shocked to see a horse, called the horse a docile organism. Finn was surprised to hear what Helmut said. He had never heard anyone speak like Helmut. He was certain that Helmut was around his age, so he did not understand why Helmut spoke in such a weird manner. While moving alongside the horse, Helmut began to breathe heavily. Finn asked Helmut to get on the carriage after seeing his condition. He told Helmut that the group will fall behind if he continues to walk slowly. Helmut told Finn that he is fine. He told Finn that he will not fall behind. Finn was surprised to see how stubborn Helmut was. He believed that Helmut might be a noble. Helmut did not understand why he was so tired. In the Forest of Roots, it usually takes him a day to recover his strength. He decided to continue walking in order to increase his stamina. The scene shifts, and we see a doctor looking at Helmut's body. The doctor tells Tanya that there is nothing wrong with Helmut. He told her that Helmut has a strong constitution, so he recovers faster than other people. Tanya asked the doctor if he has properly looked at Helmut. The doctor was annoyed to hear this. He told Tanya to treat Helmut herself. Tanya was annoyed to hear this. She told the doctor that Helmut was unconscious for a long time. She called the doctor a quack and told him to give them a proper diagnosis. The doctor was annoyed to hear this. He screamed at Tanya and told her that Helmut has a body that recovers very fast. Finn asked the doctor about Helmut's amnesia. The man told Finn that Helmut's memory will return very soon. He told Finn that there is nothing wrong with Helmut's head. The doctor gave them some medicine and asked them to go away. He called Tanya an idiot for challenging a professional like himself. Tanya became angry when she heard this. She began to scream at the old man. She called the man an old geezer and wanted to attack him. The scene shifts and we see Tanya walking with Helmut. She asked Helmut if he is feeling fine. She told him that Finn talked about his breathing problems. Helmut told Tanya that he is feeling better now that he has used the medicine. After hearing that Helmut had a strong body, Tanya remembered that Helmut told her that he knows how to wield a sword. She told Helmut that he was probably trained by a master. Helmut was surprised that she was able to deduce such a thing. He told her that the sword felt familiar to him as soon as he held it. Tanya asked Helmut if he wants to duel with her. Helmut was surprised to hear this. Tanya told him not to feel pressured. She told him that she suggested the duel because it might trigger his memories. Tanya is a rank 3 silver medal mercenary. Helmut realized that someone of her status is highly respected in society. He realized that he could use this opportunity to gauge how strong he is. Tanya took Helmut to their group's training center. The men in the training center were shocked to see Tanya. They were surprised to hear that Helmut wanted to have a duel with Tanya. The men asked Tanya to go easy on Helmut. They asked her to go easy on Helmut's face. Tanya was annoyed to hear this. She quickly beat up the men who mocked her. Tanya gave Helmut a wooden sword. She told him that the duel will end once anyone falls to the ground. With a smile on her face, Tanya asked Helmut to attack her with everything he has. She told Helmut that she is the vice captain of her group, so he should not look down on her. Helmut knew that his body had not recovered and his vis had not yet returned. He realized that he could not fight her with sheer strength. He decided to fight her by redirecting her attacks. He took a deep breath and got into position. The other members of the squad were surprised to see Helmut's stance. Helmut rushed to attack Tanya. He noticed that her left waist was opened and tried to attack it. Tanya easily parried the attack. Helmut became certain that Tanya was above him in strength. He realized that he cannot fight her head-on. Tanya attacked Helmut with her sword, but Helmut was able to dodge the attack by jumping. Tanya closed the gap between them and used her leg to kick Helmut's stomach. Helmut was annoyed that he received such an attack. He realized that his body cannot move as he wants. He did not know what to do. While Helmut was thinking, Tanya closed the gap between them. She told Helmut that he thinks too much. She began to attack Helmut aggressively. Helmut was able to block the attacks, but he was slowly getting overwhelmed. Tanya moved closer to Helmut and used her sword to push Helmut. Helmut flew back and landed on the ground. The men were surprised to see how intense the duel was. Helmut picked up his sword and told Tanya that he lost. Due to the look in Helmut's eyes, Tanya realized that Helmut felt frustrated. Helmut could not believe that the match was one-sided. He was certain that Tanya had more openings than Darion and her swordsmanship was not very efficient either. Tanya told Helmut that he fought very well. Helmut could not believe that Tanya was much stronger than he expected. He finally understood why Darion told him to not underestimate humans. Helmut could not believe that he was defeated by a rank 3 swordsman. A man walked up to Helmut and told him that Tanya is a distinguished fighter among their mercenary group. He told Helmut to not feel bad for losing. The other members of the group commended Helmut on his efforts. They told Helmut that he is better than Finn. Helmut asked the man who walked up to him for his identity. The man told Helmut that his name is Fien. He told Helmut that he is the captain of their mercenary group. He told Helmut that he is a rank 2 gold medal mercenary. Fien congratulated Helmut on passing their squad's entrance exam. Helmut was shocked to hear this. He did not understand what Fien meant by entrance exam. Fien told Helmut that they did not want him to wander around without his memories. So the group decided to allow him to join them after they tested him. It is not easy to join the Face mercenary group, so the members of the group had been watching Helmut's movement before he entered the village. Helmut was surprised to hear this. He finally understood why no one approached him besides Tanya and Finn. Helmut did not have an issue with the test because he knew that the group could have left him if they wanted. Fien was very impressed by the fact that Helmut did not hit on his sister Tanya. He brought out a paper and handed it over to Helmut. He told Helmut that the paper contains a deed which will allow Helmut to become a rank 4 mercenary. He told Helmut that they also created a temporary identity card for him. He advised Helmut to officially register at the mercenary guild later. Fien asked his men to introduce themselves to Helmut. The different rank 3 members of group began to introduce themselves to Helmut. Finn also reintroduced himself to Helmut. He told Helmut that he is a rank 4 bronze mercenary. Helmut could not believe that he had allies. He remembered that Darion told him not to trust humans too much. He was not sure about what to do. Helmut asked Fien about how long he has to stay in the squad. He told Fien that he might want to leave after regaining some memories. Fane told Helmut that he can leave anytime he wants, but he is not allowed to leave if they are on a mission. He told Helmut that he must complete the mission with them. Helmut accepted this condition. He believed that it would be better for him to be with the squad than to wander around aimlessly. He believed that he might be able to find some clues about his birth. More importantly, Helmut wanted to know what it feels like to have allies. The scene shifts and we see a man arguing with Fien. The man told Fien that he does not want another rank 4 mercenary involved in the mission. He told Fien that the mission is not suitable for a rank 4. He reminded Fien that he already allowed him to bring Finn along with him. Fien told the man called Miles that Helmut is quite useful. He assured Miles that he is not bringing Helmut alongside him for nothing. Fien told Miles to trust him. Miles knew that Fien was not lying because he had been doing business with the Face mercenary group for a long time. He allowed Fien to bring Helmut on the mission. Fien thanked Miles for his understanding. Miles told Fien that he will only pay Helmut a third of the price of a normal rank 4. He asked Fien if he knows that another mercenary group called Tariq Mercenary Squad is also joining them on the mission. Fien told Miles that he knows. He asked Miles to not worry about it. Miles told Fien that they will begin the mission at 7 a.m. tomorrow. After saying this, he left. After Miles left, Tanya commended her brother on his negotiation skills. Fien told his men that their mission is to escort a large convoy. He told Helmut and Finn that they do not need to fight if they are ever ambushed. He assured them that they will only fight if the situation is urgent. Tanya told the rank 3s of the squad to prepare thoroughly. She told them that they cannot predict the strength of their ambushers. A member of the squad called Uter told Helmut to ignore the Tariq squad if they try to insult him. Uter told Helmut that their group does not have a good relationship with the Tariq squad. Another member called Maros told Helmut that the Tariq group does not like them because they have a good reputation. After explaining the mission to his members, Fien told his squad to get some rest. The scene shifts and we see Helmut standing in the training center in the middle of night. Helmut was annoyed with himself. He realized that he was using the state of his body as an excuse to justify his loss against Tanya. He was certain that Tanya had many openings in her defense. He realized that he lost because he was not able to attack faster than Tanya. He realized that his current self is very weak. He knew that his lack of this was not his problem. He decided to first get his body back into shape. He unsheathed his sword and began his training. The scene shifts and we see the group begin their mission. Fien told them to always stay on their toes. He told them that they paid a lot of money for their services. He asked his members to safely protect their customers. Finn noticed that he had a stomachache. He wondered if he ate too much food before they started the mission. He called Helmut a weakling and asked him if he is feeling okay. He told Helmut that life is going to be hard starting from today. Helmut realized that Finn was mocking because he saw him fall once, with a serious look on his face. Helmut told Finn that he can endure the mission. Finn noticed that Helmut was looking quite serious. He tapped Helmut and told him that he was joking. Helmut ignored him and walked forward. After walking for a while, the squad met up with Miles. Miles showed Fien his cargo. He told Fien that his squad is going to guard the cargo from the back. While Miles explaining the details of the mission to Fien, the Tariq squad arrived. One of the members of the Tariq squad noticed that Finn was staring at him. With a terrible look on his face, the man asked Finn about why he was staring. He called Finn a scrawny boy that cannot swing a sword. Finn was annoyed to hear this. The man noticed that Helmut was standing next to Finn. The man assumed that Helmut was a girl. He laughed and told the two boys to follow his group's lead. Helmut did not understand why the man was looking down on them. He wondered if the man was trying to size them up. He realized that both humans and demonic beasts like to compare their strength with that of their opponents. Helmut wondered if the man who just spoke was the leader of the Tariq squad. It did not make sense to him because the man was not very strong. He decided to watch the man while the mission is ongoing. A few days later, we see the man trip Finn on purpose. Finn was annoyed by this. He could not believe that the man has been harassing him since the mission began. He asked the man about how long he wants to continue harassing him, with a devious smile on his face. The man told Finn that he tripped him by mistake. He told Finn to hit him if he is upset. Finn was horrified by the stature of the man and his friends. He quickly turned his head down. Helmut came to assist Finn in getting up. The man told Helmut that he looks like a girl. He told Helmut that he will buy him some flowers the next time he sees him. Helmut ignored the man and assisted Finn in getting up. He took Finn back to their squad. The man was annoyed by the fact that Helmut ignored him. His friend told him that Helmut has been ignoring him since the mission began. Another one of the man's friend asked him if it is smart for them to keep harassing the boys. He told the man that people are watching them. The man was annoyed to hear this. He told his friend that Helmut and Finn are rank 4 mercenaries. He told his friend that he is a rank 3 mercenary who got reduced to rank 4 because of his injured hand. He told his friend that he only needs one hand to take care of Helmut and Finn. The man's friend was surprised to hear this. He reminded the man that he was reduced to rank 4 because he got drunk and did something stupid. The man grabbed his friend's neck and told him to shut up. His friend began to beg for mercy. The man was annoyed with the situation. He believed that it was his brother's fault that he is being disrespected. He could not believe his brother reduced him to rank 4 because he fought a few times. He believed that his brother was looking down on him because he is a rank 2 mercenary. The man was annoyed by the fact that Helmut had been ignoring him since the beginning of the mission. He said that he will kill Helmut. The man let his friend go. With a devious smile on his face, the man asked his friends to help him with something. After Finn returns to the squad, he complains about how the men have harassed him for 3 days. Finn did not understand why Caleb, who is the leader of the group, was hanging out with rank 4s. Finn believed that Caleb was still a rank 3 mercenary. He realized that something was odd about the situation. He picked up his bucket and said that he is going to fetch some water. He told Helmut that he will not hold back if Caleb and his group hurt him again. After saying this, he left. The scene shifts and we see Finn arrive at the stream. Finn was annoyed with the fact that he had to go through so much stress just to get some water. He decided to fetch enough for the squad. While he was fetching some water, someone walks up to him. When Finn turned around to see who was behind him, he saw Caleb and his gang. Finn was terrified to see them, with a horrifying look on his face. Caleb told Finn that he wants to have a nice conversation with him. The scene shifts and we see Caleb stepping on Finn. He asked Finn if he has ever taken a bath with Helmut. Finn was shocked to hear this. He called Caleb a bastard. He told Caleb that Helmut is a dude. Caleb told Finn to shut up. He told Finn that he will confirm it by himself. He told Finn that Helmut is coming to meet them. Immediately Caleb said this. One of his friends brought Helmut to him. Caleb could not believe that Helmut actually came on his own. Helmut already knew that something was up. He did not think that it was odd that Caleb was bullying Finn because even the demonic beasts in the forest fight for a higher position in the hierarchy of power. Helmut was surprised to see that there was no difference between humans and demonic beasts. He wondered if these were the type of people which Darion asked him to not trust. With a disgusting look on his face, Caleb asked his friends to strip Helmut. Helmut quickly got into position. He was a bit nervous because he could not yet use his vis, but he was certain that he could take care of this men. He remembered that the men in the group were rank 4 mercenaries, which means that they are weaker than Tanya. He decided to take out the weakest among them first. The men surrounded Helmut and tried to attack him at the same time. Before they could land a hit on Helmut, one of them got knocked out. The other men were shocked to see this. The person who knocked out the man was Tanya. Caleb and Helmut were shocked to see Tanya. Tanya asked Caleb about why their group is bothering her squad. Caleb told Tanya that he was trying to make a conversation with the boys. Tanya told him that she heard him tell his men to strip Helmut. With a smile on his face, Caleb told Tanya that men do things like that to nurture their friendship. He told her that she won't understand because she is a woman. With a serious look on her face, Tanya asked Caleb to use his brain while talking. She told Helmut to help Finn up. She called Caleb and his gang rank 4s. Caleb quickly corrects her. He told her that he is originally a rank 3. Tanya told him that she does not care. She told him that he is currently rank 4. Caleb was annoyed to hear this. She told Caleb and his gang to never bother her mercenaries. With a horrifying look on her face, Tanya told Caleb that the next incident will not end peacefully. Upon hearing this, Caleb asked his friends to leave with him. When Finn got close to Tanya, he began to cry. Tanya told him to stop crying. She told him that fights like this will happen frequently. Tanya was sad that her mercenaries were ignorant. She knew that it was an unwritten rule to not interfere in fights that happen between rank 4s. The only reason Tanya helped them was so that they do not break mentally. The scene shifts and we see Helmut training in the night. After cutting up all the trees around him, Helmut decided to end his training. Helmut realized that his body had fully recovered. He was not surprised to see this because he had only been focusing on healing since the mission began. The only problem Helmut had was that his vis had not returned. Helmut remembered Darion telling him that vis is water and his body is a dish to contain that water. Darion told Helmut that there is no point in training his vis if his body isn't up to basic standards. Helmut decided to focus on growing his strength. The next day, we see Fien talking to his mercenaries. He told them that a lot of demonic beasts will begin to appear after they enter their next region. He told his squad to refrain from individual activities. He told Helmut and Finn to walk with a rank 3 if they want to pee or fetch water. Finn was surprised to hear this. Helmut realized that he can no longer train alone. He hoped that his vis would come back before his seed of darkness goes into rampage. Finn asked Helmut if he has ever seen a demonic beast. Byrne and Sean had told Finn horrifying stories about demonic beasts. Finn was extremely scared to hear that they will see demonic beasts. He told Helmut that he is sharing his information with him because knowledge is power. Helmut could easily tell that Finn was scared. He told Finn that a lot of demonic beasts look very different from each other. Finn was relieved to hear this. He asked Helmut how he was able to remember something like that with his amnesia. Helmut told Finn that he is just assuming. The scene shifts, and we see a man complaining about his faulty water bottle. The man's friend laughs at him and tells him to get a new water bottle. He told the man that he always saved money for the most stupid things. The man told his friend that he will not do long-distance missions if he has money. The man's friend told him that nothing will happen. He told the man that they are paying them a lot of money to simply escort the cargo. He told the man to finish the mission and spend his money on drinks. The man's friend told him that the dark beer in his town is great. He asked the man to join him once they return home. While he was talking, something cuts off the man's head. The man's friend was terrified to see this. He did not understand what was going on. When he looked up, he saw a demonic beast eating his friend's head. The mercenaries were surprised to see a demonic beast in their midst. They did not know where the demonic beast came from. The demonic beast looked down on the mercenaries as it ate their comrade. The man's friend was annoyed to see this. He rushed to attack the beast. Another mercenary tried to stop the man, but the demonic beast had already killed him. The beast laughed when it saw the looks on the faces of the mercenaries. The mercenaries did not understand how the beast was able to enter their midst. Fien realized that they were too complacent. He never expected a demonic beast to approach them when there were so many mercenaries around. The beast picked up a body and threw it up. Its fellow demonic beasts ate the body while it was in midair. The mercenaries realized that the beast was not alone. They quickly got into position. When Helmut saw how the man was eaten, he wondered if that was what was going to happen to all humans. Tanya ordered Helmut and Finn to hide under the carriage. Finn panicked when he heard this order. He quickly pushed Helmut towards the carriage. Helmut was annoyed that he could not use this. He knew that there were many more demonic beasts hiding where they could not be seen. He believed that these people will die if they make a mistake. Finn quickly pushed Helmut under the carriage. While under the carriage, Helmut looked at the leader of the demonic beasts. Helmut knew that the leader was not as strong as Naho or Elaga, but he was certain that the leader was very strong. Among the mercenaries, only the rank 2 mercenaries were able to use this. Helmut felt bad that he was not able to help them. The mercenaries all got into position and were ready to attack. The moment the demonic beast released its demonic energy, the men began their attack. Fien jumped up and used his vis to attack the beast. The beast covered its hand with demonic energy and used it to block Fien's attack. Sean was surprised to see his captain's vis. He began to admire it. Maros told Sean to stop distracting himself. He told Sean that the smaller beasts are getting closer to them. Sean reminded Maros that he is a rank 3 mercenary. Immediately he said this, he used his sword to cut the demonic beasts that surrounded him. After fighting for a while, Fien began to breathe heavily. The captain of the Tariq squad told his vice captain, whose name is Max, to cut the demonic beast anytime he sees an opening. Immediately he said this. The 3 men attacked the beast with their vis. Fien jumped up and attacked the beast from the sky. The demonic beast used its hand to block the attack, while the beast was focused on Fien. The 2 men used the opportunity to attack the beast and severely damage it. The beast screamed in pain. Helmut was surprised to see this. He never expected humans to be so strong and smart. He was surprised to see that the rank 2 who can use vis fought the leader while the others fought the rest of the beasts. Helmut was surprised to see how humans fight. He finally understood why Darion told him to never underestimate humans. After seeing how injured it was and how the other beasts were defeated, the demonic beast began to fear the mercenaries. The captain of the Tariq squad asked Fien if he can still use his vis. Fien told him that he can use his vis for one last time. Max was happy to hear this. He told the 2 men that it will be better for them to kill the beast now. After realizing that it was bound to lose, the demonic beast jumped up and ran away. The beast ran into the forest. Tanya asked her brother if they should chase the beast down. Fien told her not to bother. He told her that their mission is to transport and not to capture monsters. He asked her to look after the injured among them. After checking up on their men, Tanya asked Helmut and Finn to come out of the carriage. After Helmut stepped out of the carriage, Finn begged him to pull him out. He told Helmut that his body is frozen. Helmut and Tanya were surprised to hear this. Finn ordered his men to check on the corpses of the demonic beasts. He asked them to confirm if the beasts are dead. Helmut did not understand why Finn wanted them to confirm if the beasts were dead. Maros told Helmut that the demonic beast's skin and seed of darkness are sold for a high price in the market. Maros cut open a demonic beast and brought out its seed of darkness to show Helmut. Helmut was shocked to see the seed of darkness. Maros told him to cut a demonic beast in order for him to learn how to extract a seed of darkness. Finn was very excited to find a seed of darkness. He told Helmut that the seed of darkness dominates the mind of people who are born with it, and it slowly turns those people into demonic beasts. Finn told Helmut that people who are born with the seed of darkness are either killed when they are born or are sent to the forest of roots. Finn told Helmut to be careful of people who have the seed of darkness. He told Helmut that one does not know when such people become demonic beasts. Helmut was sad to hear this. He could not believe other people saw him as a monster. He remembered that Darion mentioned something like this to him in the past. Darion told Helmut that anyone who has a seed of darkness will die fighting a human. Helmut wondered if he will also become a demonic beast and fight humans. He realized that Darion taught him how to use this in order to suppress his seed of darkness. Helmut realized that he needs to hide his vis in places that are crowded with humans. He knew that he would be in danger if people suspect that his power is related to the seed of darkness. Finn was happy to see how hard-working Helmut and Finn were. It reminded him of how he was when he was in rank 4. Tanya told her brother that Finn has been improving after the incident, but he still has a long way to go. Finn was disgusted to see the corpse of a demonic beast. Helmut noticed that something was wrong with the demonic beast Finn was about to cut. Helmut asked Finn to not cut the beast. Finn assumed that Helmut was scared. He told Helmut that he is the one in charge of cooking. He told Helmut that all meat looks the same to him. Immediately he said this, the demonic beast woke up and grabbed his neck. Helmut quickly jumped into action. Helmut pulled out his sword and used it to cut the monster into two. Finn was horrified to see this. He could not believe that he was almost killed by a monster. He quickly regained his composure and thanked Helmut for saving him. He asked Helmut if he is okay. Helmut told him that he is fine. Helmut, who was staring at his sword, felt something odd when he killed the monster. Helmut realized that the feeling he felt when he killed the monster was different from when he was training. It felt as if he had removed a barrier in his body. Helmut wondered if his vis had returned. The other mercenaries quickly checked on Helmut. They congratulated Helmut for killing a monster. Sean was happy with Helmut's achievement. He told Helmut that he is quite different from Finn. Finn was annoyed to hear this. He told Helmut that he will repay him by giving him more soup than usual. Sean was surprised to hear this. He could not believe Finn wanted to pay Helmut with soup. Byrne asked Finn if his life is only worth some soup. While the men were teasing each other, Tanya looks at Helmut with an odd look in her eyes. The moment the monster attacked Finn, Tanya wanted to help him, but she saw Helmut unsheath his sword and she saw Helmut's sword release a small amount of vis. Tanya believed that her eyes were playing a trick on her. She did not know how to explain what she saw. Later in the day, we see Helmut circulating his vis in the forest. After circulating his vis for a while, Helmut opened his eyes. He became certain that his vis had fully returned to him. He could not believe that his vis returned after he instinctively swung his sword. He was very happy that Finn was able to help him bring back his vis. He realized that he needed to circulate his vis for 3 days before it can return to its usual energy. He wanted to circulate more of his energy around his body, but he is interrupted by Finn. Finn asked Helmut to return to the squad because they wanted to decide their night watch order. The scene shifts and we see Finn explain the order to his men. Finn told his team that they will stand guard in groups of 2, and there will be 3 shifts among them. He placed Helmut and Tanya as the first group, Finn and Maros as the second group, Sean and Byrne as the last group. Finn told his men that Uter is injured, so he will not be able to participate in the shifts. Byrne was sad that he was not also injured like Uter. With a smile on his face, Uter told Byrne that he will give him a scratch on his face. After giving his commands, Finn asked his squad to take their positions. During Helmut's shift, Helmut senses the energy of the demonic beast that ran away in the morning. Thanks to Helmut's vis, his sense became heightened. Helmut could sense everything in the area. While looking around, Tanya asks Helmut if he is not feeling tired. Helmut told her that he is doing fine. Tanya was surprised to hear this. She told Helmut that they have a longer journey tomorrow. She told him to wake up the next team and head to bed. Helmut accepted her orders. Helmut knew that the demonic beasts were waiting for the teams to fall asleep in order to attack them. He decided to watch over the team and use the time to practice his vis. On his way to wake up the other team, Helmut passes by Caleb. Caleb was happy to see Helmut alone. He believed that he finally has a chance to get Helmut. Helmut moved into the forest and unsheathed his sword to test his vis. Helmut was surprised to see his progress on his vis. He realized that he will fully recover his vis by tomorrow. While looking at his sword, Helmut senses the presence of something coming close to him. He thought it was a demonic beast. He quickly realized that he could not sense any demonic energy. He realized that a human was approaching him. Caleb comes out of the shadows to greet Helmut. He called Helmut a brat and asked him about what he is doing alone in the forest. He told Helmut to always move with someone because the forest is a dangerous place. When Caleb saw Helmut's sword, he believed that Helmut was playing with it. He told Helmut that he wants to join him. Helmut told Caleb that he is not interested. Caleb was annoyed to hear this. He believed that Helmut was not aware of his situation. He told Helmut that Tanya will not be able to save him this time. He told Helmut that he has a bad attitude of looking down on people. He asked Helmut if no one from his squad has tried to fix his attitude. Caleb decided to use this opportunity to teach Helmut a lesson. He told Helmut that he will break his arms and legs. He told Helmut that he will become better after receiving the beating. He told Helmut that he might die while receiving the beating. Helmut asked Caleb if he simply wants to beat him after coming inside the forest. Caleb was shocked to hear this. He had expected Helmut to be terrified. Helmut did not understand Caleb. The other people in his mercenary squad are always trying to help each other. Helmut did not understand why Caleb was different. He believed that Caleb had more in common with demonic beasts. With a serious look on his face, Helmut called Caleb a rank 4 mercenary and asked him to live like a human that he is. Caleb was annoyed to hear this. He believed that Helmut was mocking him. He broke his caste and told Helmut that humans grow by trampling on those who are weaker than them. He told Helmut that he will teach him a lesson now that his hand is healed. He rushed to attack Helmut. Before his attack landed on Helmut, he told Helmut that he will rip his eyes out and squash it. Helmut easily stopped Caleb's attack by grabbing his hand. Caleb could not believe that Helmut actually stopped his attack. Helmut used his strength to push Caleb to his knees. Caleb could not believe that Helmut was overwhelming him. With fear in his eyes, he asked Helmut about the trick he is using. With a horrifying look in his eye, Helmut told Caleb that he is much more stupid than a demonic beast. He told Caleb to choose a better opponent the next time he wants to set in hierarchy. With a condescending look on his face, Helmut told Caleb to know his place. He squeezed Caleb's hand harder to prove his point. Caleb screamed in pain. Caleb refused to accept what was happening. He freed himself from Helmut's grip and told Helmut that he will never beg for mercy. He unsheathed his sword and rushed to attack Helmut. Helmut easily blocked the attacks with his sword sheath. Caleb was annoyed to see this. He believed that Helmut was arrogant. Helmut got annoyed and decided to unsheath his sword. Caleb was horrified to see the vis that came out of Helmut's sword. Before he could make a move, Helmut cut his thighs. Caleb fell to the ground and began to scream in pain. Helmut never expected to use his vis. He only used it because he was excited to get it back. Helmut knew that he could not let Caleb go because he would be exposed. He wondered if he should just kill Caleb. The moment he had this thought, he heard a voice in his head. His seed of darkness asked him to kill Caleb. The seed began to slowly infect Helmut. It asked Helmut to kill Caleb. Before Helmut could do anything, he quickly covered his body in vis. He never expected his seed of darkness to appear. He realized that his vis has been gone for too long, while the seed of darkness was taking over. Helmut felt like he would become a demonic beast. Helmut placed his hand on his chest and slowly removed the demonic energy that clouded his thinking. He reminded himself that he is Helmut and he is a human. By the time Helmut had calmed himself, Caleb had ran away. The scene shifts and we see Caleb crawling in pain. Caleb never expected Helmut to be able to use vis. He realized that Helmut's vis was much stronger than that of his brother. Caleb never expected a mere rank 4 to be so strong. He realized that he would survive if he crawls back to camp. Unfortunately for him, a demonic beast was in the forest. The beast killed him before he could get to the camp. Helmut heard Caleb screaming as he was torn apart by the demonic beast. When he arrived at the location to see what happened to Caleb, he saw a demonic beast holding Caleb's corpse. Helmut realized that this was the beast that ran away in the morning. The beast looked at Helmut with a smile on its face. Helmut walked up to the demonic beast and told it that Caleb belongs to him. The demonic beast was surprised to see that Helmut was not scared of it. Helmut was confident that he could defeat the demonic beast now that his vis has returned. He unsheathed his sword and covered his sword in vis. The demonic beast was horrified to see Helmut's vis. It quickly moved away from Helmut. It began to scream in fear. Helmut was surprised to see that the demonic beast was able to tell how strong others are. He was certain that this demonic beast was much different from the average demonic beast. Helmut told the demonic beast to take Caleb's body and run away. He told the demonic beast that it will die by his hands if it does not follow his order. The demonic beast noticed some lights moving closer to it. It realized that more humans were coming to help Helmut. It did not know what to do. It had no choice but to follow Helmut's order. Helmut was sad that the monster actually followed his order. He wanted to kill it. He put his sword away and decided to think of a way to explain his current situation. Max, the vice captain of the Tariq mercenaries, was surprised to hear that Caleb is dead. Helmut told Max that Caleb followed him into the forest in order to bully him, but he got killed by a demonic beast. The captain of the Tariq mercenaries was sad to hear that his brother had died. Max could not believe that Caleb died because he wanted to do something so stupid. He apologized to Helmut for the inconvenience which Caleb caused him. Tanya was annoyed to see that Max only gave Helmut a verbal apology despite the fact that Caleb risked Helmut's life. Tanya asked Max why no one stopped Caleb even though they knew what he was doing to the other boys. Caleb's older brother was annoyed to hear this. He asked Tanya to watch her mouth when she is talking about his brother. Tanya told the captain of the Tariq mercenaries that Caleb would not have died if their squad had supervised him well. The captain was annoyed to hear this. He walked up to Tanya and asked her not to insult his mercenary squad. Miles stopped the argument between the two squad. He told them that they do not have the time to push the blame among themselves. He told them that they need to come up with a plan. He told the Tariq squad that they are responsible for the incident. He asked the face mercenaries and Tanya to watch their words. He told the mercenaries that he will give Caleb's commission to Helmut. Both parties accepted this condition. Miles was surprised to see how bad the mercenaries got along. He told the mercenaries that he will come up with a way to safely deal with the demonic beasts. He told the mercenaries to be conscious of their surroundings because 3 people have now died. After warning the mercenaries, everyone returned back to their lookouts. The scene shifts and we see Tanya smack Helmut on the head. Helmut told Tanya that her punch hurts. Tanya yelled at Helmut. She asked him about why he never called her to watch his back. She asked Helmut about why he went into the forest. She told Helmut that she was terrified to hear that he was missing. Tanya stopped yelling at Helmut when she realized that she was also at fault. She realized that she should have been paying more attention to Helmut. She told Helmut to not travel alone while they are in the forest. Helmut was surprised to hear this. He apologized to Tanya. He realized that there is only one person that would care about him in such a way. Helmut had forgotten the feeling of warmth and kinship. He realized that Tanya was just like Darion. Tanya placed her hand on Helmut's head and asked him to be more careful. Helmut was happy to hear this. He realized that he was beginning to feel human. The next day, we see the mercenaries moving carefully. Fien reminded his mercenaries that Caleb was ambushed and killed by a demonic beast yesterday. He asked his team to move carefully and preserve their strength throughout the day. Helmut and his teammates were attacked by demonic beasts. The demonic beasts mostly attacked the face mercenaries. They did not go near the Tariq squad. Finn did not understand what was going on. He did not understand why the demonic beasts were so focused on them. He knew that his teammates would lose all their energy if they continue fighting demonic beasts for 2 days straight. While Helmut understood what Finn was talking about, he was more focused on the demonic beast leader. He realized that the leader of the demonic beasts was staying further away from them, and it was slowly sending out demonic beasts in different batches. Helmut realized that the leader of the demonic beast was trying to tire them out. After finishing a fight, the face mercenaries began to patch their wounds. Sean told Uter that everyone will have an injury if they continue fighting like this. Uter asked Sean to stop joking around. With a smile on his face, Sean told Uter that he is very slow. He could not believe that Uter was constantly bitten by the demonic beasts. Uter was annoyed to hear this. He told Sean that he did not get bitten on purpose. While the 2 men were bickering, Fien looked at the state of his team. Tanya told him that Uter, Maros, and Sean have all sustained injuries. Tanya never expected the demonic beast to attack them without rest. Fien told her to be thankful that everyone was alive. He told Tanya that Helmut and Finn have been more helpful than he thought. He told her that Helmut can protect Finn because he knows a little swordsmanship. Tanya told him that Finn is very good at dodging thanks to his survival instinct. Tanya realized that she had to tell her brother what she saw Helmut do with his sword. Before she could say anything, Fien interrupts her. He told her that he does not understand the reason why the demonic beasts are solely focused on attacking them. He told Tanya that the Tariq squad did not fight any demonic beasts today. Tanya told her brother that the Tariq squad will not help them. especially after the argument they had a few days ago. Tanya asked her brother to stay on guard. Fien assured Tanya that all of them will make it out of the forest. At night, we see Miles talking to the Tariq squad captain whose name is Paul. Miles believed that Paul knew about the situation of the Face mercenaries. He told Paul that the leader of the demonic beasts is thinking of a way to destroy their convoy. He told Paul that it will not take much time before the demonic beasts are able to overpower the Face mercenaries. He asked Paul to assist the Face mercenaries because his squad has more people. Paul was not happy to hear this. He disagreed with Miles' logic. He told Miles that the Face mercenary squad will soon be overpowered by the demonic beasts. With a sinister look on his face, Paul told Miles that it is better for them to aim for efficiency rather than safety. Miles did not understand what Paul was talking about. Paul told Miles that the Tariq squad and the merchants should quickly leave the forest while the Face squad distracts the demonic beasts. He reminded Paul that the important goods are mostly guarded by his squad. Miles was annoyed to hear this. He asked Paul if he has no morals. With a smile on his face, Paul told Miles that he needs to think wisely in order to survive. He told Miles that morals and trust are beautiful words, but they are not as important as survival. He told Miles that the leader of the demonic beasts is waiting to tire them out so it can slaughter all of them. Paul asked Miles if he has enough money to compensate everyone for all the goods and lives lost. Paul told Miles that he will follow him if he has a better method. He told Miles that he is simply giving him an alternative. He asked Miles to make a smart decision. Cold sweat covered Miles' body. He did not know what to do. The next day, we see the Face squad moving carefully. Tanya was surprised that the demonic beasts continued ambushing them without a break. Thanks to this, the horses and her teammates were exhausted. Tanya did not know how much more she and her teammates could take. She was very annoyed with the fact that the Tariq squad did not make any efforts to assist them. The only thing the Tariq squad has been doing is watching the movements of the Face mercenaries. Fien completely understood Tanya's worries. He knew that his team would break down if they face any more demonic beasts. Tanya noticed that the Tariq squad were doing something suspicious. She noticed that they suddenly sped up their carriage. Before she could do anything, the Tariq squad began to run at full speed. Tanya and her teammates did not understand what was going on. Tanya tried to call them, but no one answered. Fien immediately realized that the Tariq squad is using them as bait because the demonic beasts are focused on them. Before the Face squad could take another step, the demonic beasts had surrounded them. Fien was annoyed to see that the Tariq squad betrayed them. Helmut believed that the Face squad were about to meet their end. He knew that the squad could no longer catch up to the Tariq squad because they were already surrounded by the demonic beasts. Helmut could not believe that the Tariq squad would use another squad as bait to save themselves. He wondered if he could save the squad by revealing his secret. Upon seeing that the demonic beasts had surrounded them, Fien asked his teammates to get in position. Immediately he said this, the demonic beasts began to attack them. The men who were already exhausted were barely able to fight the demonic beast with all their strength. Fien had to use his fist to fight the demonic beasts. While the men were fighting, Helmut wondered if they will question his identity after he reveals his secret. Maros was excited with the fight. He believed that he would die a worthy mercenary. Sean told Maros that his death would be worthless if he dies here. He raised his sword up and told Maros that he wants to die a noble death. Maros was shocked to hear this. He had never heard a mercenary saying that he wants to die a noble death. Tanya was surprised to see that her teammate were still having fun in such a dire moment. While the men were fighting, Helmut questioned himself and where he came from. He wondered if he is a normal human like them. He quickly realized that the questions he asked himself no longer mattered to him. He placed his hand on his chest and realized that he did not want anyone from the squad to die. He decided to trust humans for the first time. He covered his sword in vis and told the members of the squad that what he is about to do is a secret. Tanya and the other members were shocked to see Helmut's vis. Fien could not believe that Helmut actually had the ability to use vis. Helmut rushed into the middle of the team and jumped up. While in the air, Helmut spun around and used his sword to cut the demonic beasts into tiny pieces. Maros and Sean were shocked to see this. Before Helmut landed on the ground, he stepped on a demonic beast and used it to take the impact of the fall. Immediately he landed on the ground. He killed the demonic beast. The other demonic beasts were horrified to see Helmut's skills. They tried to run away. Unfortunately for them, Helmut used his vis to cut them down. The last demonic beast became paralyzed after seeing what Helmut did to its friends. While the demonic beast was shaking in fear, Helmut cut its head off. After taking care of all the demonic beasts, Helmut put his sword back in its sheath. The Face mercenaries could not believe what they saw. They could not believe that Helmut killed an entire batch of demonic beasts on his own. Helmut looked around and realized that the leader of the demonic beasts had ran away. He could not believe that the leader let its subordinates die. Finn, who was in shock, asked Helmut about how he was able to use this. Helmut told Finn that his body has recovered. Tanya was surprised to see what happened. She realized that she was right about Helmut's fists. Both Tanya and Finn could not believe that they saved such a powerful person. Fien was in complete shock to see Helmut's fists. Even a rank 2 like him could not produce such an overwhelming vis. He could not believe that Helmut was able to use such a vis at such a young age. He asked Helmut about where he learned his swordsmanship. Although Helmut trusted this mercenaries, he knew that it would be best for him to not talk about the Forest of Roots. He told Fien that he lived with his mentor in a forest. He told Fien that he does not remember anything other than living with his mentor. Fien was sad to hear this. He believed that Helmut had not fully regained his memories. Helmut told Fien that there is no longer any demonic beast around them. He asked Fien for their next step. Fien told Helmut that they need to get out of the forest and find the ones who betrayed them. The other members of the Face Squad were annoyed to hear this. They said that they will kill the Tariq Squad and Miles. Fien asked Helmut about what he wants to do. Helmut told Fien that he will make a decision after they leave the forest. He told Fien that he still wants to get his money for the mission. Finn told Helmut that he is weird for wanting to get some money despite their situation. Tanya immediately punched him when he said this. Fien accepted Helmut's terms. He told his squad to start tracing the tracks of the Tariq Squad. The next day, the Face mercenaries began to follow the tracks of the Tariq Squad. The mercenaries were happy that they had a good rest, and their body was full of energy. Tanya placed her hand on the ground to check if they were on the right path. She thought that they would already be close to the Tariq Squad. To her surprise, she could not sense any noise or vibration. She wondered if the Tariq Squad had already reached the outskirts of the forest. Fien told Tanya that the Tariq Squad and the merchants will take a break at the first village after the forest. He told Tanya that they will meet the group at the first village. Sean was happy to hear this. He believed that they could take their revenge at the first village. Byrne became happy when he thought about how the Tariq Squad and the merchants would behave when they see them alive, although Finn understood how his seniors felt. He asked them about the state of the mission. Sean realized that they don't have any cargo to protect. Byrne was annoyed to see that the Tariq Squad took all the important goods. The only carriage left with them contained food. While the men were discussing, Helmut hears some noise from far away. Tanya asked Helmut if he could feel anything. Sean did not understand what Tanya was talking about. He could not sense anything at all. Helmut told her that he senses some demonic energy ahead of them. He told her that the Tariq Squad is involved in a battle. Sean was happy to hear this. He asked about the distance between them and the Tariq Squad. Helmut told Sean that the Tariq Squad is an hour away from them if they continue to move at their current speed. Fien was shocked to hear this. He could not believe that Helmut could sense something so far away. He asked Helmut about how powerful he is. Helmut told him that it will be better for them to hurry. He told Fien that the Tariq Squad can only hold out for a while. Sean was not excited to save the people who betrayed them. Maros reminded him that they still need to get paid for their efforts. Fien told his team that they still need to finish their work. He asked them to focus on their work before they deal with the Tariq Squad. With a smile on her face, Tanya told the men that they are better than the selfish Tariq bastards. After boosting his team morale, Fien asked his team to start moving out. The scene shifts and we see the Tariq Squad in battle with demonic beasts. Paul asked his team to hold their positions well. Immediately he said this, he killed a demonic beast. Paul could not believe that the demonic beast began to chase them a day after they left the Face mercenaries. While Paul was fighting, the leader of the demonic beasts appeared at his back. Paul was overwhelmed by the presence of the leader. He could not believe that the demonic beast would chase them so persistently. He did not understand why the demonic beasts were not satisfied with the Face mercenaries. The leader of the demonic beasts attacked Paul with its huge fist. Paul quickly dodged the attack. Immediately he dodged the attack. He realized that he had to run away if he wants to survive. He moved close to Max to inform him of his plan. He told Max that everyone will die if the fight continues. He told Max that they can defeat the minions, but they cannot beat the giant monkey. Paul told Max that the Face mercenaries were probably killed by the leader of the demonic beasts. He told Max that all the witnesses will be gone if they run away. Max smiled when he heard Paul's plan. He realized that their reputation will be safe if there are no witnesses. He quickly ordered the rest of his squad to run away. The team did not understand what Max was talking about. They wanted to ask for an explanation, but Max and Paul ran away before they could get one. Miles, who was looking at Paul and Max through his window, was shocked by their betrayal. As the demonic beasts attacked their carriage, Miles realized that he made a terrible choice by trusting the Tariq squad. As the leader of the demonic beasts broke his carriage, he realized that he should have never abandoned the face mercenaries. The giant monkey picked up one of the merchants with a smile on its face. Miles was horrified to see this smile. He realized that he was going to die. As the monster was about to eat the merchant, it hears the voice of a human. When it looked up, it saw Helmut running towards it with a sword covered in vis. Helmut asked the demonic beast to drop the merchant. Helmut used his sword to attack the giant monkey. The giant monkey used its hand to block the attack. Helmut used his sword to push the demonic beast away from the carriage. With a horrifying look on his face, Helmut asked the demonic beast to drop the merchant. The demonic beast was horrified to see the look on Helmut's face. It threw the merchant at Helmut. Before Helmut arrived at this place, Fien had asked him to first check the situation before the rest of the team arrived. Fien told Helmut that he has a bad feeling about the Tariq squad. He told Helmut that the Tariq squad might stand a chance if they are together, but they easily betray one another. He told Helmut that the Tariq squad can also betray the merchants. Upon hearing Fien's worries, Helmut accepted Fien's request. Helmut was surprised to see that Fien was right. He realized that all the merchants would be dead if he had arrived later. He decided to face the giant monkey now that his vis had fully returned. He jumped off the carriage and used his sword to attack the demonic beast. The giant monkey used its demonic energy to block Helmut's attack. It screamed and called out for its minions. This did not faze Helmut. He used his sword to turn the minions into mincemeat. The leader of the demonic beast was annoyed to see this. It screamed in anger. This demonic beast is the strongest one Helmut has faced since he stepped out of the Forest of Roots. But Helmut was still certain that he could defeat it. He strengthened his vis and rushed to attack the giant monkey. He carefully aimed his sword at the demonic beast's face. The demonic beast was able to stop the attack with its two hands. Helmut used his strength to continue pushing his sword at the demonic beast. The giant monkey began to panic. It realized that it might die. It released a large amount of demonic energy and pushed Helmut back. Helmut was surprised to see that the monkey's demonic energy was increasing. He realized that the demonic beast was absorbing demonic energy from the corpses of the other demonic beasts. Helmut was not bothered by this fact. He was more focused on the fact that the face mercenaries will soon arrive. He realized that the mercenaries will be in danger if they try to help him. He decided to become serious and end the fight. The giant monkey began to glow after it absorbed the demonic energy around it. It immediately attacked Helmut after it transformed. Helmut dodged the attack by jumping. While in the air, he decided to attack the demonic beast. Unfortunately for him, the giant monkey easily brushed off his attack. The demonic beast looked at Helmut arrogantly after blocking his attack. Helmut was surprised to see that his usual strength would not work on the demonic beast. He covered his sword with more vis and decided to attack with more power. The demonic beast was surprised to see this. The moment Helmut landed his attack on it, the demonic beast quickly used its strength to hold Helmut back. Helmut was surprised by the reactions of the beast. He realized that the demonic beast had become faster. The moment Helmut landed on the ground, he realized that the demonic beast claws had become stronger. He realized that he had to kill the giant monkey in one slash if he wants to end the fight. The giant monkey and Helmut began to launch different attacks on each other. When Helmut pushed the demonic beast back, he noticed that the giant monkey has torn his clothes. He was sad to see this because he only has one pair of clothing. He decided to buy some clothes when he gets to the next village. The demonic beast was annoyed to see that Helmut was not taking it seriously. It gathered all its energy into its body. A bright light shined and its eyes began to glow. A green eye opened up in the chest of the demonic beast and it transformed into a larger and more horrifying form. Helmut was not bothered to see the new form of the giant monkey. The demonic beast jumped up and got ready to attack Helmut. While the demonic beast was in the air, Helmut noticed something about it as the giant monkey got closer. Helmut became certain that he had seen a similar pattern of attack before. He smiled when he realized that the demonic beast was using the same technique as Naho. Helmut took a stance and released a large amount of vis. Before he attacked the giant monkey, he told it that it is still much weaker than Naho. Helmut jumped up and used his sword to tear the giant monkey apart. Immediately, Helmut defeated the giant monkey. The face mercenaries arrived at the location. Finn asked Helmut if he is all right. Fien was shocked to see Helmut standing next to the giant monkey. He asked Helmut if he defeated the monkey on his own. Helmut told him that he did. He told Fien that the mercenaries were already dead by the time he arrived. Fien quickly realized that the Tariq squad were killed by the demonic beast because they broke their formation. When he looked at the bodies of the Tariq mercenaries, Fien noticed that they were overpowered by the demonic beasts. He realized that the Tariq mercenaries were killed because they did not have a captain to order them. He was sad to see that both Paul and Max betrayed their teammates. Tanya was shocked to see this. She could not believe that Paul and Max didn't have any form of loyalty to their squad. While the mercenaries were looking around, Maros found Miles unconscious in some rubble. Fien was surprised to see this. He could not believe that almost everyone died, but their client was still alive. He ordered his team to check for more survivors. He told them to be quick about it. He wanted them to leave the demonic beast territory. After leaving the scene of the incident, the mercenaries placed Miles on the ground and woke him up. Miles carefully opened his eyes. He believed that he had arrived at the afterlife. The first thing Miles saw when he opened his eyes was Fien. Miles was shocked to see Fien. He began to cry. He begged Fien to forgive him. He told Fien that he never wanted to leave him and his squad. He told Fien that Paul threatened him. Miles was happy that he was able to apologize to Fien in the afterlife. Fien told Miles to stop panicking. He told him that they are not dead yet. Miles was shocked to hear this. He looked around and saw that he was surrounded by the face mercenaries. Miles was shocked to see this. He did not understand what was going on. He was certain that he was killed by the giant monkey. He asked Fien about the giant monkey. Fien told him that the monkey is dead. He told Miles that he can forget about death for now. Helmut was surprised to see that Fien did not go into details about the monkey. He was happy to see that Fien kept his secret. Miles began to thank God for his life. While he was praying, Fien told him that they need to talk about their compensation. Upon hearing the word compensation, Miles became certain that he was still alive. Fien gave Miles a paper. Miles was shocked to see what was on the paper. He could not believe that Fien wanted to take 80% of his profit. Fien told Miles that he is only requesting 80% because Miles also suffered losses. He told Miles to be thankful that he is only asking for 80% after he betrayed them and left them to die. He reminded Miles that they also saved his life. Miles asked Fien if he could give him 70%. He told Fien that he still needs to pay compensation for people who died. Fien told Miles that other people's business is not his problem. He told Miles to settle it by himself. He told Miles to leave if he does not want to take their offer. He told Miles that his squad will keep the goods that he wants to deliver. Miles was shocked to hear this. He realized that there was no way he could win the negotiation. He accepted Fien's offer. After closing the deal, Fien asked Miles about the goods which they're transporting and the place which they are headed to. With a serious look on his face, Miles told Fien that the Butin Merchant Association will be destroyed if people find out about the goods they are transporting. Fien told Miles that his squad will not let any information leak. He told Miles not to worry about it. With a look of fear on his face, Miles told Fien that his squad will not be safe if they find out about the goods. He asked Fien if he still wants to know. Fien was annoyed to hear this. He told Miles that he should have told them about severity of the mission before he commissioned them. Upon hearing this, Miles accepted Fien's request. With a serious look on his face, Miles told Fien that they are taking the goods to a mage called Antiol. Maros was shocked to hear this. He could not believe that the goods belonged to Grand Mage Antiol. Fien was surprised to hear this. He could not believe that such a distinguished person like Antiol would ask a mercenary squad and a merchant association to transport some goods across the territory of demonic beasts. He asked Miles if Antiol was not able to hire a swordsman family to fulfill his request. Miles told him that the goods which they are transporting comes from a place which mages are not allowed to enter. He told Fien that the package comes from the Temple of Lumen. Miles told the mercenaries that the temple's power and influence is beyond one's imagination. He told the mercenaries that while the Temple of Lumen defeated the Demon King 1,000 years ago, they are no longer pure and innocent. The temple used to be a group that protected the world from demonic energy. Now they are evil and corrupt people who possess a lot of power. They have been gathering power and sacrifices in the name of protection. Most of the kingdoms have submitted to their rule in return for receiving the temple's divine power. While the temple is powerful, they were unable to control Antiol. Miles revealed to the mercenaries that the temple is always looking for a chance to get their hands on mages. In the midst of the temple's conflict, Antiol found the temple's item with the purpose of research in mind. Miles told the mercenaries that the Butin Merchant Association will be destroyed if the temple finds out they are transporting their item. Fien was shocked to hear this. With a nervous look on his face, Miles told Fien that the temple will destroy and erase everyone involved. Miles told Fien that they never wanted to accept the mission, but Antiol once saved their leader's life, so they had no choice but to return the favor. Helmut asked the mercenaries if Antiol is quite famous. Maros told Helmut that everyone knows Antial. He told Helmut that the divine barrier was almost destroyed a few years ago. Helmut was surprised to hear this. Maros told Helmut that the temple deployed a barrier over the large city in order to stop demonic beasts from entering it. The problem the barrier had was that it could sense the mana of mages. Thanks to this, the temple were able to discover and control the mages. The barrier was fine since it was able to stop the demonic beasts from entering the city, but the mages became angry because they had their freedom taken from them. Thanks to this, Antial almost destroyed the city's divine barrier. Maros told Helmut that the temple is always trying to hide the truth about the incident. Helmut was shocked to hear this. He could not believe that a mage was strong enough to affect the temple's barrier. Helmut knew that the temple was not able to get rid of his seed of darkness, so they threw him into the forest of roots. He wondered if he could remove his seed of darkness with magic instead of divine power. Of course, Helmut had never seen any magic that would impress him. The only magic he had seen was done by the black mage Erugo. Helmut hoped that Antial was much better than Erugo. After moving for a while, the mercenaries came out of the territory of the demonic beasts. Fien asked his group to set up their camp because it was already sunset. Fien walked up to Helmut and told him that he wants to speak to him. He stretched his hand out and gave Helmut a pill. Helmut asked Fien about the pill. Fien told him that swordsmen eat the pill when their vis or stamina is depleted. He told Helmut that the pill is very expensive. Fien was not certain if the pill will be useful to Helmut because Helmut heals very fast. After swallowing the pill, Helmut noticed that his body was becoming very warm. Fien asked Helmut about how he is feeling. Helmut told Fien that he is feeling better. He told Fien that the pill is effective. He asked Fien about why he gave him such a valuable medicine. Fien thanked Helmut for protecting his squad. Helmut was surprised to hear this. He told Helmut that his teammates and their client would be dead if he had not saved them. He told Helmut that he gave him the pill to thank him for saving them. Fien believed that the pill was not good enough as a thank you, but he did not have any other thing to give Helmut. With a smile on his face, Fien swore to help Helmut if he ever needs his help while searching for his memories. Fien wanted to continue talking, but Helmut interrupts him by stretching his hand out. He told Fien that he helped them because they are comrades which he can trust. Fien was happy to hear this. He shook Helmut's hand and told him that they are definitely comrades. The next day, Miles and the mercenaries continued their journey. While the carriage was moving, Miles noticed something from his window. He asked the mercenaries to stop the carriage. He told Fien that they have arrived at their destination. Fien did not understand what was going on. When he looked at the map, he realized that Miles was correct. He did not understand how Antial planned on receiving the package when they had not even arrived at a village. Miles told Fien that they are taking the items to Antial's house. Tanya was surprised to hear this. She asked Miles if they are currently at Antial's hideout. Miles brought out a shiny blue pendant and told Tanya that he cannot explain to her. He told her that she will understand once she sees it herself. Miles stepped out of his carriage and walked up to a tree. The moment the pendant got close to the tree, it began to glow. Tanya and the rest of the mercenaries were shocked to see this. The tree opened a portal that swallowed the mercenaries and Miles. Fien could not believe what he was seeing. He could not believe that they were leaping through space. Fien had only heard rumors about people leaping through space. He could not believe that an archmage was powerful enough to do such a thing. Helmut moved close to Fien and asked him about how he is certain that they are moving through space. He told Fien that they could be experiencing an illusion. Fien assured Helmut that they are not seeing an illusion. He told Helmut that the temperature is dropping too fast for it to be an illusion. He told Helmut that they must be traveling to an entirely different place for there to be such a change in temperature. After they step out of the portal, Tanya spots someone standing in front of a tower. When they got close to the tower, an old man with a blue robe and staff welcomed them. The old man, who appears to be Antial, thanked Miles for bringing all the things he asked for. Antial's staff moved close to a carriage and began to hit it. Antial told Miles that there are traces of human life force leaving the carriage. He asked Miles if several people died while they were on their way to his house. Miles told Antial that many people died in the hands of demonic beasts that attacked them. He told Antial that only a third of the original members made it to his house. Antial was surprised to hear this. He realized that he could sense a large amount of demonic energy in their carriage. He asked Miles if the energy is coming from the corpses of the demonic beasts. Miles told him that it is. He told Antial that they have already processed the corpses. He told Antial that he wants to sell the bodies to him. After thinking about it, Antial told Miles that he will buy it. He told Miles that he will pay 150,000 marks for his package and the corpses. Finn was shocked to hear this. He could not believe that someone could pay such a large amount of money for a mission. Uter had heard that archmages have an immense amount of wealth, but he never expected it to be on such a high level. Antial asked Miles to unload the items and the bodies. He told Miles to take the carriages because he had no use for them. Helmut was surprised to see Antial. He instinctively knew that Antial was powerful. He knew that Antial was on a level which Erugo could only dream of. What was more shocking to him was the fact that Antial was completely concealing his mana. While Helmut was staring at Antial, Antial turned and looked Helmut in the eyes. Antial was surprised to see Helmut. With a serious look on his face, Antial told Helmut that mages can see into the truth from time to time. He told Helmut that a mage of his level can see the truth hidden deep within. Helmut immediately realized that Antial was talking about a seed of darkness. He asked Antial to shut his mouth. Antial was impressed with Helmut's confidence. He asked Helmut if he seriously needs to keep it a secret. He raised his hand and his wand released a large amount of mana. Helmut quickly placed his hand on his sword. The mana formed a barrier that covered Helmut and Antial. Antial told Helmut that he is a mage who has learned many of the world's secrets. While the face mercenaries were calling for Helmut outside the barrier, Antial told Helmut that the space inside and outside of the barrier are completely segregated. He moved close to his staff and told Helmut that no one will ever find out about his secret. To prove his point, he swore on his name. Immediately he did this, magical chains came out of his staff and tied him up. Helmut was surprised to see the chains. He told Helmut that the chain is a mana oath. Antial told Helmut that mages lose a huge amount of mana if they break their promises while under a mana oath. He called Helmut a special boy and told him to ask him any question he wants. Helmut was surprised to see that Antial would place such a restraint on himself. He realized that Antial is much different from Erugo. He decided to trust Antial. Helmut told Antial that he wants to ask him something very important. Antial asked Helmut if he wants to ask him about a seed of darkness. Helmut asked Antial if he knows a way to remove a seed of darkness. With a serious look on his face, Antial told Helmut that it is impossible to remove a seed of darkness. He told Helmut that his seed of darkness has an intimate connection with his life. The seed of darkness, which possesses the power of a demon, usually dwells in babies who are supposed to die. Thanks to the seed, the children are brought back to life and are forced to live as its host until they die. Antial told Helmut that the seed of darkness is no different from his heart. He told Helmut that he will die if he removes it. Helmut was sad to hear this. He believed that an archmage would know a way to remove a seed. Antial told Helmut that he is not a god. He told Helmut that it is his first time seeing someone that has control over his seed of darkness. Helmut did not understand what Antial was talking about. Antial told Helmut that the seed of darkness normally demands demonic energy from its host. The more one tries to resist demonic energy, the more their mind is devoured and the more evil they will become. He told Helmut that people usually go insane because their mind cannot handle the seed of darkness, or they become engulfed by the demonic energy they absorb and turn into beings similar to demonic beasts. Antial told Helmut that his case is unique. Antial knew that it is possible to suppress the seed with a different energy. He realized that Helmut was using mana or vis. Antial knew that one needs to have immense talent to train either vis or mana. He told Helmut that a seed that does not receive demonic energy will attack the mind much faster. He could not believe that Helmut was able to train his vis while taking just enough demonic energy for him to not go berserk. He was more surprised by the fact that Helmut was not discovered by the temple while he was training. Helmut was surprised to see the excitement in Antial's eyes. He was surprised to see that Antial did not guess that he came from the Forest of Roots. Antial told Helmut that even the priests of the temple will find it hard to detect his seed. He told Helmut that he was only able to sense his seed because it reacted to the thick demonic presence in his house. He told Helmut that he would not have noticed it if he was not paying attention. Helmut decided to avoid areas with demonic energy. Antial told Helmut that he does not have a bright future. He told Helmut that he will become a powerful individual if he can avoid the temple while training. He told Helmut that he will eventually be devoured by a seed of darkness, just like everyone who possesses a seed. He told Helmut that his sword will destroy the world and countless lives will be obliterated by his hands. With a serious look on his face, Helmut told Antial that such a thing will not happen because he is a human. Antial laughed when he heard this. He realized that humans are capable of changing their fates. He told Helmut that he is very interested in him. He told Helmut that he will stop him if he cannot overcome his seed. He pointed at his staff and began to lower the barrier. While lowering the barrier, he He told Helmut that if he reaches a realm that surpasses his own, even the darkness will bend to his will. The scene shifts and we see Fien give Helmut a bag full of gold. The bag contained 3/4 of the reward money. Fien apologized to Helmut for not giving him more money. He told Helmut that he wants to reward the other members of the team for their efforts. He looked into their carriage and brought out a bag. He told Helmut that he found the bag when he was looking through their luggage. He realized that the bag had no owner. He assumed that the bag must belong to Helmut. Helmut was surprised to see the bag. The bag contained the things Helmut brought out of the forest of roots. Helmut assumed that he lost the bag. He never expected Fien to have found it. He thanked Fien. Fien told Helmut to not worry about it. He told Helmut that he wanted to give him earlier, but he completely forgot thanks to the things that happened. He told Helmut that their mercenary group owes a debt to him. He wished Helmut a safe journey. Immediately Fien said this, Finn came to meet Helmut. He told Helmut that he will show him their mercenary group headquarters since their mission is over. He told Helmut that he will see a lot of cool things that will surprise him at the headquarters. With a sad look on his face, Helmut told Finn that he is not going to follow them to their headquarters. Finn was sad to hear this. He asked Helmut to at least check out their headquarters once. Tanya hit Finn's head and told him to stop disturbing Helmut. Tanya told Helmut that he is allowed to keep using his temporary certificate. She told him that his temporary certificate can only be raised to rank 3, so they cannot go higher. Helmut told Tanya that rank 3 is enough for him. With a smile on her face, Tanya asked Helmut if what he wants to do is more important than his memories. Helmut nodded his head to answer her questions. With a bright smile on her face, Tanya asked Helmut to take care of himself. Helmut picked up his bag and thanked the mercenaries for everything they did for him. With a smile on their face, the mercenaries wished Helmut a safe journey. With tears in his eyes, Finn asked Helmut to visit them. Helmut told Finn that his meals were delicious. Finn was surprised to hear this. He stopped crying and began to wipe his eyes. Tanya asked Finn to pull himself together. She told him that Helmut is not going to die. Finn told Helmut to visit them anytime he needs their help. He assured Helmut that he will keep his promise to him no matter what happens. Upon saying his goodbyes, Helmut turned around and began to walk away. As he walked forward, he realized that his heart was feeling the same way it did when Darion died and when he had to leave Elaga's side. Helmut realized that he will continue to face demonic beasts as long as he is a mercenary, and his seed of darkness will continue to absorb demonic energy every time he faces a beast. Helmut never expected his seed of darkness to sprout in the forest. He did not know what would have happened if the seed had completely taken over him. Helmut was not certain if he will be able to stop Antial's predictions for him. He realized that there is only one way for him to overcome his fate, and that is for him to get stronger to the point where he can overpower his seed of darkness. The scene shifts and we see Paul and Max drinking in a tavern. Paul regrets ever accepting the mission. He told Max that he would have not taken his brother on the mission if he had known how dangerous it would be. Max told Paul that he cannot change the past. He told Paul that they need to rebuild their mercenary group. He told Paul that the face mercenaries have been annihilated, so they won't have much competitions in the mercenary field. He told Paul that they need to find capable warriors to join them. While Max was talking, he noticed something outside their window. He asked Paul to look outside. When Paul looked outside, he was surprised to see the face mercenaries. He did not understand what was going on. He did not understand how the face mercenaries were able to survive. Max told him to stop thinking. He told Paul that they need to hide. While the two men were talking, Finn hears their voice. He turned around, but he did not see anyone. Tanya asked Finn about why he stopped walking. Finn told her that he had a weird feeling. After the face mercenaries had walked forward, we see Paul and Max hiding under their table. Max realized that they were screwed. The two men moved to another location to discuss their next step. Max told Paul that the face mercenaries must have been able to kill the demonic beasts after finding their weakness. Paul told Max that they should have killed the face mercenaries themselves. Max did not know what to do. He knew that the face mercenaries were going to report them to the guild. This will make them fugitives. Max realized that they can no longer become mercenaries. He never expected a rank 2 mercenary such as himself would have to worry about life. Paul realized that he and Max were still rank 2 mercenaries. He turned around and asked Max to follow him. Max asked Paul about what he wants to do. Paul told Max that it is better for them to become thieves than to starve to death. The scene shifts and we are taken to a tavern. At the tavern, we see some men drinking. The men were discussing about how they beat up some people. We see Helmut sitting opposite the drunk men. Helmut was looking at the necklace which he brought out of the forest of roots. He hoped to find some clue about what he needs to do. Helmut had been going around random villages since he left the group. He realized that he needed to find some employment while he moves around the world. After leaving the group, Helmut realized that the world is vast. He opened his bag to check the money which Fian gave to him. Helmut did not know the value of the money given to him. When Helmut opened his bag, we see 2 bags of gold. One was left for him by Darion, and the other was given to him by Fian. Helmut was surprised to see that he earned more money than what Darion gave to him. While looking through his belongings, Helmut saw a letter. He wondered if Fian wrote the letter. When he opened the letter, he realized that Darion wrote it. In his letter, Darion told Helmut that his life has probably come to an end for him to be reading the letter. Darion knew that Helmut would have a hard time adjusting to the outside world because of the life he has lived. He told Helmut that it is not his fault that he is different. Darion told Helmut to go to a place called Baden if he is roaming around without a clear goal. He told Helmut that there is a place called Greta Academy in Baden. He told Helmut that children his age attend Greta Academy. He asked Helmut to learn more about being human at the academy. He told Helmut that both nobles and commoners attend the academy. He assured Helmut that no one will try to find out where he came from. He told Helmut that he cannot enroll in the academy on his own. He asked Helmut to meet a man called Ethan Kudrow. He told Helmut to show Ethan the sword he gave him. This will allow Ethan to know that Helmut is Darion's disciple. Darion assured Helmut that Ethan will help him. He told Helmut that he and Ethan made an oath with each other. Darion told Helmut that the human world is a more dangerous and terrifying place than he thinks. He told Helmut that he will not be able to solve all his problems with his strength. He told Helmut that he will survive in the world since he survived his harsh training. He asked Helmut to take care of himself. Helmut noticed that Darion's handwriting was shaky. He realized that Darion barely had enough energy to write. He thanked Darion for his thoughtful letter. Helmut was confused about his next step of action. He was happy that he read Darion's letter. After putting his letter into his bag, the waiter came to give Helmut his food. He told Helmut that the food cost 15 marks. Helmut brought out a gold coin to pay the waiter. The waiter was shocked to see the gold coin. He screamed and told Helmut that he gave him 1,000 marks. The men who were drinking next to Helmut were surprised to hear the money which Helmut paid. Helmut told the waiter that he also wants to pay for his lodging with the coin. After the waiter left Helmut, Helmut counted the coins Fian gave to him. He realized that he received 90,000 marks. He decided to sleep at the tavern for the night and leave the next day, while Helmut was organizing his belongings. The leader of the drunk men approached Helmut. He told Helmut that he has a lot of money. The leader and his boys looked at Helmut with a disgusting look in their eyes. The leader told Helmut that he wants to get some drinks. He told Helmut to give him 20,000 marks. Helmut declined the man's request. He did not understand why the man was behaving in such a stupid way. The man was annoyed to hear this. He pushed away Helmut's food and told Helmut to not talk back to him. Helmut asked the man for his identity. The man was annoyed to hear this. He decided to attack Helmut with his fist. Helmut easily blocked the man's attack with his hand. He asked the man to leave him alone. The man was surprised to see how strong Helmut was. The man's underling was surprised to see Helmut holding his boss's hand. He rushed to attack Helmut. Helmut dodged the attack and used his fist to destroy the man's face. The man and his gang were shocked to see this. The man asked Helmut for his identity. Helmut told the man that he is a mercenary. Immediately he said this, he used his table to smash the man's face. While the man was on the ground, Helmut told him to go away. The man stood up with the help of his friends and told Helmut that he will regret disobeying them. He told his friends to leave with him. As he was leaving, the man told Helmut to watch his back at night. He told Helmut that he can get stabbed anytime. After the men left the tavern, Helmut realized that humans like Caleb exist everywhere. The waiter walked up to Helmut and told him to leave the town immediately. He told Helmut that the men he beat up belonged to the Black Hawk. Helmut asked the waiter to explain. The waiter told Helmut that the Black Hawk are thieves that dominate the underworld. They will kill anyone as long as they can make money. Helmut was surprised to hear this. He decided that he needed to fight the Black Hawks immediately. Helmut realized that his room will be dirty once he is done fighting the members of the Black Hawk. He decided to fight the men in another location. The waiter told Helmut that he needs to run away. He told Helmut that he will return his lodging fee to him. Helmut asked the waiter if the members of the Black Hawk will return. The waiter told Helmut that they will. Helmut told the waiter to tell the men that he went to the forest out back. Helmut was interested to see how a fight against humans would be. The waiter did not understand what was going on as Helmut walked towards the door. He told the waiter to have his room ready for when he returns. The scene shifts and we see one of the man's underling talking to the man. He asked the man if he really wants to fight Helmut. The man told his subordinate that Helmut disrespected them. He told his friend that one's pride is very important in their business. The man's underling told the man that Helmut is very strong and he is also a mercenary. The man was annoyed to hear this. He asked his subordinate if he wants to run away. The man told his underling to return to their headquarters. Immediately the man said this. Another one of his underling comes to deliver a message. He told the man that he found out where Helmut went to. The man told him to talk. The underling told the man that Helmut ran into the forest. The underling told the man that Helmut ran away because he was scared of dying. The man laughed when he heard this. He believed that Helmut was stupid for running into the forest. The man's underling told the man that they can easily track Helmut in the forest because they know every part of it. The man's teammates put on their equipment and stood by his side. The man told his men to show Helmut that the Black Hawk is more terrifying than anything in the world. The scene shifts and we are taken to the forest. We see Helmut looking down on the fake camp he set up from a tree. While on the tree, Helmut realized that there are certain humans who act like demonic beasts and there are other humans who protect others while risking their own lives. Helmut never expected humans to be so complicated. Helmut remembered that Darion told him that he cannot solve all his problems with his strength. While Helmut understood what Darion was talking about, he did not know any other way of solving a problem other than with his strength. As the Black Hawks approached him, Helmut picked up his bow and moved to their location. He revealed himself to the Black Hawk. The men were surprised to see this. The only thing Helmut had learned is that humans who act like demonic beasts need to be trained like demonic beasts. With a deadly look in his eyes, Helmut told the men that he will kill them because they tried to ambush him. Guys, we have come to the end of our video. If you guys want part 9 of this video, let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to like and smash that subscribe button for more recaps. See you guys later.